Hello, and welcome to our coverage of Love is Blind. I'm Asia, and we are here to talk about season 10, episode 10 and 11. So excited to get into all of this, but of course, I'm not alone. First, I have with me someone who 1 minute is in Virginia, the next minute she's in I don't know, what'd you say, North Carolina? The next minute, she's traveling to Ohio. I don't know where her home base is, but, um, I guess it's just not for me to know. Mary Kwiatkowski. Mary, how are you?
I know. I'm just constantly moving around. Now like I cannot go back to Texas. So as long as we keep me out of there, I think everything will be fine. I don't really know why you're so confused though. It's like pretty straightforward my pathing and my timeline. So I feel like you're kind of ganging up on me right now.
I think you just need to I need to see proof of your certificate. That's what I need. Okay.
Proof of
Um,
my travel certificates.
right, where you're licensed to run. But yes, of course, we have in our third partner in crime, uh, a guy who may or may not enjoy a good Monster Jam. I don't know. Jason, how are you?
I'm good.
Would that be
Listen,
fun to you?
that would be fun to me. Well,
Oh,
would it? I don't know.
mhm.
I feel like it's more of a fun thing to watch on like TV than it
Yeah.
would be to be there. I feel like I would just be complaining about how loud it was and probably just want to leave immediately. I'm good, H. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. A little surprised to see that our typical 2-on-1 of you and Mary teaming up against me has now turned to what I assume will be a 3-on-1 with the guest you brought on to this podcast.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I'm so excited to have with us. We have the winner of Survivor 47, the co-founder of Puzzle Hungry, which is an amazing competitive puzzle game out there, and my dear friend, first and foremost, Rachel LaMont. Rachel, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Asia. Thanks, Jason. Mary. How do you know I'm not on your side, Jason?
Listen, hey, just from the pre-show shenanigans, I'm feeling a vibe. I'm feeling a vibe. So maybe I'll have someone on my side for once. It'll be a 2-on-2. So we'll see
It's
see
a
how the
bummer
podcast goes.
you didn't get the opportunity to say 2-on-1 during this episode where Alex says 2-on-1 like 4 times in a row. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I was all set to have to just 2-on-1 this whole thing,
It's here
and
to
then
wreck
Asia
it.
goes,
Here to wreck it.
"Hey, guess what, guys? We got Rachel on the podcast." I'm like, damn, there goes that. So, but I will gladly sacrifice my 2-on-1 saying for the whole podcast to have you on, Rachel.
I appreciate that sacrifice.
Right. Before we get into how Rachel got here, make sure you guys go subscribe. Yeah. But make sure you go subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed where you can get all of our podcasts about Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, Perfect Match, The Ultimatum Queer Love, all those shows. Go subscribe wherever you get your audio podcasts. Also subscribe to the RHAP YouTube channel so you can see our beautiful faces. So Rachel, how did you get into Love is Blind? What's your Love is Blind history?
I have a long history with Love is Blind. I think 8 whole days ago, you and I sat on a couch in Arizona and I watched my first episode of Love is Blind. And I'm now pretty invested and have a lot to say. And
I peeped that.
exchanged voice memos.
Yes.
I was like, "Get me on the podcast, Asia." Mostly as a joke, and all of a sudden, now I'm here. So
We're so excited to have you here because sometimes it's hard too because we all have so many thoughts and it's like, oh, we'll be here for 4 hours. But I think you have a fresh take, which like when we were exchanging multiple audio messages about last week's episodes, I was like, oh my gosh, I literally talked on a podcast for 2 hours and I didn't even think of that. I can't remember what it was. I meant to go back and listen to confirm. But
I think I remember, and I'm probably going to say it again. So
okay. Awesome. And it was one of those things. I don't know if y'all ever seen those TikToks where it's like the girl and then like her husband's like, oh no, I'll look for like a little bit, and I'm not really interested in your show. That's what it was with Rachel. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Love Is Blind, and she's like, okay, I'll stick around for a little bit. I'm not gonna. I'm
All of a
just
sudden, I'm like, I hate this man.
Yeah. And then the next day, it was like, are we gonna keep watching Love Is Blind? Yeah. So, okay, we have so much to discuss here. Before we get into the proper couples that we had, we did, which we were questioning last week, we did get a check-in on Kevin and Kia. They had a conversation.
Kinda. Sorta.
Kinda, sure.
It was kind of wild because like there was a point where they were sitting on a couch and I was like, I want to hear that conversation. Like, why? Yeah.
Like I could have sworn that there was somewhere in the preview where they made it seem like Kevin and Tyler were going to be in the same space together, but I guess that was not true. Like, because like we're hearing that Tyler was not even invited to this get together, which is insane to me. Whoever made that decision should be fired. But yeah, this was such a nothing meeting. I think they could have just cut it, and I really wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I feel like you could get more from going and listening to AD's podcast called What's the Reality? She interviewed Kia and Tyler, and they talked all about their experience, never before seen stuff like Kia walked out on dates with people because of like political differences and stuff. But yeah, this was like literally nothing. Like, Rachel, what did you think about Kevin and Kia? Even before, not even just this, but like...
Oh, I just couldn't believe how bad he fumbled it. I mean, it was just the fact that he couldn't even talk to one without constantly talking about the other one. It was just like, can you just stop? Like, stop speaking. It was even when he was trying to choose Tyler, he was just like, but it's so hard. I really like both of you. It's like, that's an insane thing to say to someone that you think you're about to propose to. So yeah, I wasn't impressed, and I love Kia for just repeating. I mean, the "I will never forget you." Well, duh, was very good.
I do recall when Kia had her moment in the pods, we high-fived. So that was that's great. It's like, yeah, now where's my husband played, and it was just. We just
so sorry.
That's how excited we were.
You guys like girl power smack.
Yes.
One of my favorite things about this whole like pod squad party in general, and Kevin was a good example of this, was like just the number of shots we got of like the guys standing with a group of women around them, like just listening to their sob story about how bad their dating life went. That happened a lot.
It was basically like, explain yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right. We're all ears. Yeah, I think with the whole Kevin and Kia of it all, it was very weird that Tyler wasn't there, yes. But I think it was one of those things where like Kia confirmed on the podcast that she didn't look up what he looked like, but it was very clear he knew who she was. He's like, oh no, I know who you are. But these two would have never been an item in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I think the fact that she didn't look up who he was when she got out almost kind of puts me more in the Mary camp of like, did she even really care about this man or really want a relationship with him? Because I feel like if you go through this experience with anybody, the first thing I'm doing when I get my phone back is looking up who this person was, just for curiosity's sake.
Did you listen to the podcast? I thought you did. So What's the Reality podcast?
Oh,
no, you, Jason.
I thought you meant this podcast. Like, I was like, I was on a podcast. I need to listen. No, I did not.
Okay, so what she did say was she had never watched Love Is Blind before going on, and so Kia had decided, like, I'm gonna be pure to the experiment. I'm not going to try to reach out to anybody. I know this mixer's coming up. She's like, I want that to be my first impression of him. And so she was like, she's just not of this Love Is Blind world, and she just approached it very differently than like the average person.
I guess I couldn't help myself. I wouldn't be able to resist.
You'd be itching to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So that was all on Kia and Kevin. But
I and I just want to say one last thing on her. I feel like I would love to follow anything else that she does though. She seems very and like very entertaining.
yeah, her confidence is there. She's like you said, Rachel, she's like, I know you didn't.
Yeah,
You wouldn't forget
you
me.
bet your ass that you won't forget me.
Right.
I wish I had an ounce of that confidence.
You can say it. Do it. Start practicing. Right. Let's talk about Chris and Jess. Chris in general, because we started out this drop, continuing that conversation with Bree. And I continue to think all the way through that end of that conversation that Bree let it go on for way too long. You should not have escalated it to the point where he felt comfortable enough calling you baby. He
And
felt
touching her. He
touching
touched her. Oh, I was like, no. She it should have been cut off way sooner than that. But then to let him keep going on and on and on, she eventually got to the place she should have gotten to.
Yes.
But it took way too long.
Yeah.
Even for him to get to this face.
Oh, baby.
Do you
Take
think
it to
that she
the
let him
fourth
do it
season.
because her whole thing in Cabo was that like she wanted some more of these conversations with the other people they dated, and why is nobody
This
talking?
is the deep combo she wanted. This is the combo she wanted. We can be great fuck buddies. Like, I saw your Instagram and I was like, oh my god, that's the deep conversation she wanted.
Hey, we would have. I can take you to the 4 seasons.
Right. She's like, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, you're eating this up. I think he literally thought they were gonna walk out of here hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he thought this conversation is going so well, I can get her to walk away from what's his name? Connor tonight. I swear, if you guys go look back at my notes from like the first drop, or like the first drop, I kept calling him Cooper. I don't know why. Okay, so Connor, if I literally think he thought, I have that much more confidence over this man. I'm way more dominant. I can take his girl tonight.
Yeah, it also made me question because he, didn't want Jess because she, does new Pilates every day or whatever. Is Bree the dude does Pilates every day vibe to you guys?
Right.
And I was wondering, like, I feel like of the women left, I think probably like Ashley would have given me the most like does Pilates every day vibe, but it felt like Chris was like, nah, can't take a woman from another alpha, can't do that. I gotta target Connor. I can take Connor's girl. So it was so weird to me because like I said, he made this decision to break up with Jess because she doesn't work out every day. But in my mind, Bree and Jess aren't that much different.
For him to, I agree. I mean, I think the doesn't do Pilates every day was like the tangible reason that he felt like she can't dispute. Like, I can end this with her because it's like she doesn't actually do these things. But his real reasoning was coming out at this party about his views on their sex life. And I think that's all it was.
I don't even know if it's that. I'm really more and more feeling like he was really intimidated by Jess.
That too. Yeah.
And I think that's probably the main crux of things because he's, he was in the pods with Bree talking about, I can fix your life, I can improve you, I can do this or that. I feel like he tried that with Jess. Jess was probably like, I don't really need you to improve my life. Like, I don't need you to quote unquote push me. I don't need you to do this or that. My life's pretty set. So I feel like he feels very like kind of neutered when he can't quote unquote fix a woman or show a woman a better way to do things.
Complete like little man syndrome. So yeah, of course he has to like be bigger. I mean, everything he said this whole time was just belittling other people.
Yep.
To put himself up. It was crazy.
It was insane. And I just like, I was just cringing the whole time. And I mean, yes, Bree didn't reciprocate a lot of the like, I guess the words he was saying, but the entertaining it for that long was just like, what I was wondering, was she searching for something to hear, or if she was like, no, I'm legitimately getting the ick. Because she did say later that she was getting the ick. Which I'm like, why did you need to get the ick unless you were attracted to him? Because he did say that. He was like, are you attracted to me?
In the weirdest
Yeah.
way.
I know.
Are you attracted to me?
Put the ring aside. Tell me the
Yeah.
honest truth.
Please.
And like, I know, again, I know this was probably just editing, but like the way they edit it is him being like, are you attracted to me? And then continues to word vomit, like before she can even say anything else. You know, he's just like, yeah, are you attracted to me? You know, all of your guy friends are so submissive, and
Oh,
like,
right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
he just continues to, let's see, what does he say? Can I ask you something before you have a wedding ring on? Do you find me attractive? I feel like we would have been really good F buddies. Like, why didn't you respond to my DM? And I know that she probably said things in between that, but I love this idea of him just like word vomiting at her. And then you know, him ending with like, I guess I'm like Andrew Tate.
I love she's like, well, everyone thinks I'm Andrew Tate, apparently. She's like, I don't even know who that is. Like, he's like, it's just some crazy guy. I feel like he was waiting for a moment to be like, I kind of like Andrew Tate. He's like, yeah, actually me too. Like, I have a whole bunch of his videos. Check it out. Like he was like testing the waters to see like
His idol, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, come on.
This man.
Yeah. It just made it all the better that she was like, oh, I don't know who he is. So he's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, oh, you don't know taste. Like he reads out of the Andrew Tate playbook. That's what this is giving. Like it's giving all the crappy spews.
Yeah, also going back to, I totally forgot about the loser dudes thing. Like going back to the belittling, and then also he was like, in the pods, what worried me was you were friends with a lot of dudes, but turns out there are a lot of loser dudes, so it's okay. Like, what?
They're no threat to me, baby. They're no threat to me.
Yeah, it's just he's so transparent in
Yes.
how weak of a man he is.
Yes. Like, oh, and I just like, oh, when he did this tongue thing, I got a screenshot.
I can't look at it.
Yeah. Because he was like, man, I'm cooking here. Like she is walking away with me. I know it. But thankfully, who was it? Was it Priyanka who walked up?
Yeah, walked up. That's what we talked about Andrew Tate. he's probably like, Mr. Steal Your Girl strikes again.
Right. I would love to know the context that was missing to prompt him to say that. Because that was just out of left, like, oh, I guess I'm just Andrew Tate. Like someone had to make a comment for him to respond that way. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I would think so. I
Probably.
don't know how we missed that.
Okay. So then he had the nerve to go walk up to Connor, which is icky after what he just tried to pull. But he had his conversation with Jess. And it's like, it was the nerve of him to say, oh, you know, you're fine back at work, right? And she's like, no, I'm not. And he's, well, you didn't call me. Why would she call you?
Why in the world would, after what you said, what you did, would she be like, oh, let me like, he expects her to come crawling back to him and begging him to get back into a relationship together. He's so surprised that this was not the result he was expecting. I still feel like he did all the, you don't do Pilates every day. And just in a way to kind of like bring her down and for her to like be like, oh, I'm sorry, like I'll try to do better, and then he would continue with the relationship. But the fact that she just was like, nope, deuces, I'm out, really kind of shocked him. And the fact that she's not begging for him back, I think really upsets and is like, what do you mean you're not like begging for me back? What did I do? Is wild to me that he has this kind of point of view.
Well, in every retelling, he told, like, we saw him tell like 2 other people what happened, and both times he's like, and then she just went no contact. She doesn't want anything to do with me. It's like, that is not what happened.
Right. Yeah, because he said, he was like, oh, I thought I could just, because I think I ended up re-seeing, like I saw that scene again on TikTok or something. And he's like, I thought I could just say these things and like we could work through it. No, the things you said were like appeared to be deal breakers for you, and no one with any type of self-respect would stay with someone who feels that way about them.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate it. Just like, no, like, hey, I'm grieving the relationship I thought I had, the love I thought I had, the you know, I thought we were going to get married, but now knowing who you are, you know, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I love that she shut it down immediately.
Yes.
It's like, hey, you have a date, you want to chill out? She's like, I don't need to chill out with you. I don't need to hang out with you to know this is over and done. Like, he is so like flabbergasted that no one is falling for his charms. He's like, what am I doing wrong?
What charms?
He thinks he has charm. The charm he thinks he
does.
has.
He like even his small talk is cringy. What you drinking there? She's like, oh, Coke.
You're not drinking
You're
alcohol?
not drinking alcohol?
I've had like 12 shots already. Obviously. He's
so
wasted out of his
gross.
mind.
Ugh.
He was gross. He was cringy. But if you're out there and have seen some of the things about Chris, this is not even like the icing on the cake. There's like way more. There's video going around about like an ex he had and a conversation they had over the phone, and it is vile and terrible.
And you know it's him because he said the flying F.
Yep. As if we didn't know it was you.
He
Your
can't deny
catchphrase.
it at all. And he's also people are talking about how his Instagram picture is so different from his Love is Blind cast photo, which his Love is Blind cast photo is more accurate to what he looks like.
His Instagram picture is like AI.
Yeah, it's
not
like his ears
him.
don't even look the same.
And he's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And just to know just the timing of just like him creating this Instagram and it's just, yeah.
Well, and so I think one of the things we had chatted about on the side before I became a podcast guest, Aysha, was that are we assuming that Jess didn't know his political beliefs? Because we got a very strong thing from her and Cabo saying like, I'm so passionate about my political beliefs, and he just kind of like glossed right over it. And he is very clearly like, he follows all of the Trumps, not just the main one, all of the associated Trumps on Instagram, and amongst a lot of other people. And so that to me should have been the deal breaker, not the freaking Pilates. But did they just never discuss it?
I can't believe you're making assumptions about Christopher. Okay, maybe he's just following them to see what the enemy is doing. You don't know, Rachel.
No.
Look at this guy.
Right.
Does this guy and everything we've seen seem like a Trump follower to you, Rachel? How dare you?
That is what we talked about, that like that was his first move. Like, oh, I'm new to Instagram, which means she couldn't have had that evidence before. Like she didn't know who he was following. He had no one to follow because he didn't have an Instagram. And so when he thought, first order of business, I need to follow all of these people. That was his priority.
If they didn't talk about it in the pods, that is an extreme failure like of this process. Because I feel like the process of Love is Blind is to get to know someone sight unseen. And I feel like especially in today's world, part of that is your political leanings. Like that informs a lot about what you feel and what you think about the world at large today. Whatever side you're on, it informs a lot. So if they did in fact just not talk about it, that is a complete oversight definitely in her sphere of things.
Right. Because he very well is probably like, oh, I'll be with anybody. I don't care. I don't care. Which is always the case.
Meanwhile, passively aggressively talking about her stances, I'm sure, as they have conversations. So I would take Jess to task for like not realizing that was his political leanings. Because from all we've gotten from her on like social media, she is a very like pro things, like, you know what I mean? So she's very I'm not coming out with the right words. She's very opposite. She's anti-Trump basically. And so it seems like they would be very differing in those views. So whether they talked about it in the pods and she is ignoring it, which would be a problem, or they just didn't talk about it at all, which to me is also a problem, is quite an oversight.
Yeah. So I'm glad we get to wrap this up. Like, I am so thankful that Jess does not have to be subjected to this man anymore. He is the absolute worst. And I'm very curious if he'll be at the reunion.
I still think he is someone that knows no shame and will come on the reunion stage and just say, well, that's just me. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. Take it or leave it. You know,
The only thing I have against that is just the fact that he hasn't been like super visible on social media right now.
Like he's not doing interviews. The men
Yeah.
and the women equally despise him. So I think there's no like, what does he get out of going to the reunion?
That's true. Maybe just
Get him drunk and he'll probably just show up.
Yeah.
Right. He's just sitting in the corner.
Let's make a trail of shots to the stage. And he'll be there.
I know how to get Chris here.
Maybe throw in some other stimulants that'll probably entice him as well, and I'm sure he'll make his way to the stage.
All right. Let's talk about who we kind of already touched on a little bit. Let's talk about Bree and Connor. And if you're watching the audio version, bear with me because I can't see that small. I'm trying to find them. Okay, there we go.
Hard to watch the audio version, but okay.
Wait, did I say if you're watching the audio version? Oh, God. If you're listening to, since we have the word police over here.
You know you can't slip up around me, Aysha. You know you can't slip up around me.
Mini Andrew Tate.
Right. So Bree and Connor. Okay. So I wasn't too optimistic with this conversation happening, right? But the fact that Bree did put her foot down, say, hey, look, I'm in a relationship. I'm in a relationship. That's why I didn't respond to you. I was like, okay. So she is focused on Connor, right? Mm-hmm. They had I thought they had a good 2 episodes. They went and visited her dad. You know, he got to meet her, which Chris did not want him to meet her dad, right? So he got to meet her dad. We didn't even get to see that on camera. They just sent them with her phone, and then we got some pictures. So it was like, okay, maybe he doesn't want to be on camera. But it all resulted in this last conversation we had with them. Was there anything before we get to the last conversation that is of note to y'all with Bree and Connor?
I mean, I enjoyed the fallout from the Chris conversation where they're like on the couch. He's like, hey, you want to talk about our little buddy? Like, yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was Bree talking about like, you know, she officially got the ick from him in that conversation. So it was like, I mean, but you were entertaining it before that?
Yeah, she still needed to get the ick, meaning it was still kind of like maybe Chris is somebody I could be with, but it was like he, you know, that was the nail in his coffin for her.
Yeah, I like Connor finally realizing who Chris was as well, being like, well, that guy sucks. He's no longer anyone's friend. We're all going to dump him in the friend group.
Yeah. Were you optimistic, Rachel, about Bree and Connor before we got to this final conversation?
Yeah, because they had that whole thing on the train where they were like telling each other all the things they loved about each other, and they were like crying, and it felt like this very sweet moment where they were both really open. And I did think, I'm still a little confused because she was saying like she's not her best self, all this stuff. She kept saying that repeatedly, and I thought his point was good of like, if this isn't your best self, like we're only gonna get better. But it seemed to kind of be something that was like bad in her opinion, and so I'm still a little confused about that. But
that's what got me on this.
Was surprised.
Yeah, that's what got me on this train. Which, by the way, I was like, train dinners in Texas, like where is that? That looked so cool to me. No one else that ended up.
I thought that was so cool. Yeah, it was really trains. So it looked very fun. That looked like my kind of date.
Yeah. We've had a date on a train, Mary. When we were on the train together.
I was like, oh yeah, right. When Aysha made me run through all of the train cars because her and Sarah didn't want to move. So it took me 3 stops to run through all like 16 cars to get to her. Yeah. Yeah, that date. I remember that one.
So fun. But yeah, so that was a really cool, very romantic, right? But one thing that did stand out to me was, yes, they were saying sweet things, but her things about him were all about how he loves her. Like she loves how he loves her. She loves that he runs down to her when she gets home. She loves that he gives her flowers every day. She loves that all these things about him related to her as opposed to what she loves about him as a person.
Yeah.
Very valid.
Yes, I noticed that a lot. Like every time she was talking about him, it was just very much, you've shown me what it's like to be loved. You've proven to me that I'm capable of being loved, not loving someone else, but being
Yeah.
loved. And I find Bree so interesting in the way that she speaks in all of the conversations we had, where she's like, she's not afraid to talk at length about her own faults and in areas where she's messed up, but sometimes it comes across almost like she would say these sentences and you'd see Connor just smiling, and I'm like, that seemed kind of harsh what she just said. And I almost wonder if they're like cutting around the parts where she's saying, this is how I used to feel, but then I learned whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm skipping ahead a little bit here now, but she doesn't feel like he can show up. Like, she doesn't like how he presents himself. She doesn't feel like he has pride. She feels like he's lazy, no hustle, no grit. And then I was waiting for the butt, and then the butt just didn't happen.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we missed the beginning of that sentence, which was, I came into this experience thinking these things, or having dated people in the past and thought these things, because she's saying it all in this sort of like, he's smiling at her. It's this almost positive way of like, look what I've learned. And I'm like, but none of the things you're saying are positive. So I feel like we missed the beginning context of that conversation, where I think what she was saying was, here are my faults. I thought all of these things about you, but now I'm really realizing you do hustle, and maybe, but she was also kind of being like, your house is a mess. And that used to be a thing that I thought was really important, and maybe it's not. She's still saying his house is a mess and he doesn't dress well and, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. So she's a very interesting way of speaking, where a lot of the things she's saying are not positive toward herself and are also kind of mean, but she just says them.
I didn't think I went into this conversation, or like the way this conversation started, I thought there was like an implied but. Like, oh, these things. I thought I wanted these things, but there was no but. Like that.
I rewound. I was like, where was the but?
There was no but.
There kind of was, because she was like, but you do hustle. You are proud of yourself. But it almost felt like oh, you're so cute. You think this is hustling? You think this is something to be proud of?
Yes.
But she's kind of acknowledging, but I'm looking for someone that wants more. Like, you think you have more and want more, but I want someone that actually like shoots for more. And that's not you, but I know you love me. So that's where she's struggling with her choice of like, do I pick the person that's teaching me a lesson, or do I go with this person that is probably more like Chris? Like, let's be honest.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That's what made me so mad about this conversation, was because I was like, Chris is watching this so happy.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, Bree. That I was telling. Yep, that's what I told you. Yep, that's what I told you.
He's back in the Instagram DMs going, oh yeah, sending that to her again. See if that'll work this time. But yeah, this felt like a reenactment of their breakup conversation, because I felt like they were just here to like redo the breakup, because Connor didn't seem super surprised. It felt like she was kind of saying the same thing over again that she had probably already said to him before. So it's just like, okay, y'all broke up. We need to get it on camera. So that's what this felt like.
Interesting. Does that happen? Sorry.
Yeah, they're definitely like reenactments. Yeah, of things that have happened.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's tough though, because I did think that like, could this be possible, or was Connor like, that is Connor's temperament? Like, he could have been just so caught off guard that like, dang, okay, well, I was gonna say yes. So that's because this conversation was, it seemed to start out like, oh, this is just another like reflecting on our relationship. And I know like as it went on and on, I was like, Sarah was looking at her phone and I was like, are you hearing this? Wait, we need to rewind. Are you hearing this? And it was like, wait, is this good? Oh, okay, maybe it's good. Oh, maybe it's not. And then when she says, can I see myself walking down the aisle? No. Am I ready to walk down the aisle? No. And I was like, oh, she's breaking up with him. And I think the way, like, even in his exit confessional of just like, I was ready to marry. I hope that we still can get married someday. Like, the door is not closed for him, which is why I felt like they read that differently. Because, I mean, for you to point out little things like, oh, if we're at a restaurant, I couldn't see you ordering for me. Like, that's key, like, foundational, like, how you see him.
My wife was like, to be clear, you're never to order for me. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, so she
Got
wants Alex. She literally wants to be with Alex.
she wants
Yes.
Chris. She wants Chris. That's who she wants.
Well, yeah,
Chris.
that too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was just, it was so unfortunate the way it happened. Because I mean, even for them to just be like, after they break up, oh, let's go sit. Well, it's not even break up. They decide not to get married. And then, oh, let's go sit down and talk more about it. And he's like, a for sure yes. It was very clear. He's the one that's so in love with her. And she's trying to decide if, if she feels the same.
Yeah, and it seemed like she was even confused because she's in the confessional, like, what am I doing? Like, what does this make any sense? Of like, no, it doesn't make any sense. You are being crazy right now because, she has, we talk about the Love is Blind format. Does it work? Does it not work? And she fell in love with him in the pods. She knew all these things about him, but in the real world, now she sees him and she sees his job and everything. She's now rethinking of what she has done before, and she's like, do I want to go back to what I did before, or is this I was confused about the lesson she's learning. I'm learning
that she can be loved.
What love is, but do I love? I think the thing was like, you love me, but do I love you? Is the question. It really confused me because she's been saying this whole time, I love you, and again, like you guys said, yes, she loves him because he loves her, and I think what she's not saying is, I'm actually trying to figure out if I love you or not, or am I just in love with you loving me?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, are you the total package, or are you here to show me how I deserve to be loved? Which is
so everybody wants to hear.
Sort of a brutal, like, am I just using you or do I like you?
Right.
Yeah.
We're figuring
like,
it
but like you're lazy. I'm wondering, are you a liability? But do I love you?
And this is probably, again, just editing in the show, but like, Connor seems really sweet and nice and likes her. We don't really get like any other personality though. Like, besides the fact that he greets her at the door and brings her flowers, like, what is their relationship? What do they do?
Mary, for me, that's this whole season. That's literally everybody this season for me. Like, but who are you though? And what is this relationship? But yeah, I agree. I think maybe it's a flaw of having so many couples that have stuck it out this long.
Yes.
We don't get enough time with everybody. But yeah, there's not a lot of like, why are you guys right for each other though? Like it's not really clicking for me. I guess Bree said the same thing. Not clicking for her either. She's out.
Well, and from an outside perspective, as someone very new to this, it like doesn't seem like a bad thing to me that she wants more time to figure it out. I think it's just, is she like, because it's psychotic. It's psychotic to marry someone 3 weeks after you meet them. Okay. But I'm trying to figure out if she means that or if they're just breaking up. Like, I feel like that sort of remains to be seen, right?
Yeah, because it's always that thing. If you don't decide to get married, are you just delaying the inevitable? Or you truly want to stick it through, get married in like the normal time frame? Because I don't think we always pull this out. I don't know if we've ever seen, but I can't think of a couple who decided not to get married on the wedding day and then were still together and ended up getting married. Or even are still together now. That's never happened.
We've heard of people saying no and then quote unquote dating a little bit after the wedding, but it never turns out to be successful. They always break up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was one successful one. Nah, maybe not, because I can't think of anyone who's then later gotten married.
Yeah.
But we've definitely had people who have broken up or like not gone to the altar and then like by the reunion are still dating.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just said that
That
confidently.
one couple, they didn't become a couple. Like the guy was prominent. I think it was last season when they followed like 2 guys, 2 girls. It was a love square. 2 of them ended up being together, and they are still together today. Actually, now that I think about it, we got an update on them. Love is Blind 9. Sparkle Megan. I can't think of the name.
Megan Mason from I think that was 8. I was 8. Season 8.
Okay.
And were they together? I don't know. Are they together now?
Yeah.
Really?
There was an update a few months ago where they were together. Yes.
But they didn't even make it out of the pods. Like
right. They didn't make it out of the pods. Yeah. So that's different. So I think at this point it's delaying the inevitable. I think for her, it's like, I don't want to break up or the breakup because he actually is in love with me. But if we say like, oh, for now, let's just not make it to the altar. I don't think she's really committing to Connor in the way that Connor thinks that they are committing to each other, which is sad.
Yeah, but it is such a whiplash, right? Because we just had this train date where they're both professing their love for each other, and then it's like, actually, never mind, we're not getting married. It's
Yes.
like, whoa, where did that come from? And that's part of what always frustrates me about Love Is Blind is that we lack so much actual context of why decisions are made. Things just kind of happen.
Yeah. So unfortunate for them. I didn't think we were going to end and them breaking up before.
My biggest hope was with Bree and Connor before they broke up. I was like, I feel like if they get to the altar, they're both going to say yes, and that might be our only successful marriage right now.
Really, that's interesting. Okay.
And it might be because Connor is the most invested man that we have. Like he is the most down for his marriage.
I gotta argue for Vic here.
Oh my God, Rachel, I totally forgot that Vic and Christine were even a thing.
That's because we see 2 minutes of them every episode.
Yeah, quote unquote Vic and Christine, aka like air quotes.
Oh, you still think they're a fake couple?
I mean, AI, fake couple, actors, whatever you want to call it.
Not AI. Okay, you've lost me. Well,
I just think this is how suspicious we are. We see a nice, happy couple, and we're like, gotta be fake.
Can't be real.
Yeah, can't be real.
I know.
We've been hurt enough, Mary. We've been hurt enough to suspect everything.
I guess. Well, let's talk about them. I think one thing that makes them like an enigma is that we haven't seen any conflict, right? We've seen healthy conversation about how they'll raise their kids and having, coming from different cultures, but we haven't seen like you put the water in the fridge in a way that I didn't like.
Well, we haven't seen from them, and I think this is what is leading us to think they're fake, because I swear this is the only time in the history of Love Is Blind this has happened. We see almost nothing from them, and everything we do see is out and about. Most of it's handheld. We've gotten very, very, very few confessionals from them, and whereas like production's like not there, and we've gotten, I believe, nothing from them like living together. There's no like day-to-day interactions. It's all like planned out dates and conversations very clearly.
Yeah, I mean it's very clear at this point they're not in the apartments with them, right?
Yeah, or in any apartment. Like there's no like, I don't even know. Did we see them showing each other their houses? Have we seen them like besides? What did they meet his mom? It's like I feel like we met one family member.
Oh, maybe? Her mom.
Okay, we met like one person, and I don't think we've never seen them just like standing around the kitchen having a conversation or anything like that.
Yeah,
and I mean, but sort of like what I think a lot of people have said online is like most likely scenario, if they're not fake, is just this is a couple who got together in the pods and they were not planning on following them at all, and then realized what a hot mess everybody else was and was like, shoot, let's retroactively get some more content from them.
Yes, I was texting Mari Forth about this, and she was like, okay, when we'll know if they're on the same timeline as the rest of the couples, if they are at like the suit and the dress shopping, which they were. So I thought that was interesting that they were there with them, because it was like, oh, so it is around the same time. It's not like they retroactively was like, okay, I'll go back and film you or whatever. So they are going through this at the same time, quote unquote, but they're not getting the same experience.
There are so many conspiracy theories out there that it is so funny. I don't know. I just think the simplest explanation is they're boring, and I do wonder if they're like, I wouldn't say extreme, but they're like heavy religious beliefs like prevented them from like, we're not going to live in the same apartment together. We're not going to go move in together. So we're not going to.
Oh, that's interesting.
We're not going to be about in the matrimonial way until we're actually married. So I do wonder.
Do you think they could ask for like a 2-bedroom apartment? I wonder if that would fly.
I don't know. They might even just refuse to cohabitate. before they marry. That might be a
Well,
thing they
production is
insist on.
probably like, y'all are the 7th couple. Y'all aren't getting an apartment.
Yeah, y'all. we rented out six apartments, so
Right.
y'all gonna have to figure it out yourselves. But yeah, I just think the simplest explanation is they're boring and they have no conflicts, and so they just don't get a lot of stuff.
Well, and as you said, like about not knowing who these people are, they have had a couple of conversations that were pretty good and made a, they're talking about biracial children and stuff like that. But in general, every time we see them, they're just like, I love you so much. I feel so secure. I love your faith in God. Like that's all we hear over and over and over again. It's just the same, like 10 things they love about each other and basically nothing else.
The producers have to
10 things I
come
love
out of
about you. Sorry.
the producers come out of their conversations like, oh my god, these two, like they're giving us nothing.
Right. Just like we compliment each other so well.
Ugh.
Which
I have
think
no
it's-
fears.
Yeah,
If I did have
no
fears, I would
fears.
tell you.
Yeah.
No matter what, because I love you so much forever. Yeah, it's like very cute, but it's just there's nothing going on.
It's funny that we do get more personality out of them when they're in the group settings. Like he was very excited about the Monster Jams. She was showing more of her personality at the group get together that we started episode 10 on. So I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like they're just in this like romantic haze with each other. But then we're not getting those like random moments. It's just like, oh, when I'm specifically recording us. I will say though, how cute was that flower date to arrange her bouquet?
It was really cute.
Very cute.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, they're cute, and if they're real, I love them.
Well, and again, from like the outside perspective of not knowing much about this show, anybody that thinks they should be getting married 3 weeks after meeting, in the pods, should be in this like love haze where nothing can go wrong. The fact that all of these other couples have so much conflict is like such a freaking red flag. It's crazy. Like you should be in the most like high of highs. You should only have nice things to say about each other. Like that's what any normal couple is like 3 weeks, a month into dating. So it's just, it is kind of funny because they're sort of like the actual normal people, and maybe that's why they're boring. Don't make the best TV.
Meanwhile, you have Devontae. This is not our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Christine and Vic are the definition of in this honeymoon phase. They're getting married at the peak of, still in that phase. I think it is interesting though that we saw in the previews, like his family giving a little pushback of like, this is our first time we're meeting you. And it's the wedding. But I don't think it's going to be anything.
His quote unquote family seems the way that Vic doesn't bring Brooklyn, it seems like his family's going to bring Brooklyn. Like it's like, how crazy this shit is, yo, man. We meet you today. Like what is that about? So yeah, that's going to be interesting in a relationship where we've seen no real conflict, no nothing. If outside people bring the conflict, that'll be interesting to see how like that's dealt with, especially since they're going to be in this moment where they can't really talk to each other about any conflict. That's like, hey, your family's kind of rough. Like she can't like go over to Vic and be like, is this how your family always is? She just has to have this like assumption now because she can't fact check with him about, is his family being extra or is this how they usually are? So that'll be interesting. I don't think there's going to be really anything else to this though. I just think it's going to be smooth sailing. It'll be one of the biggest cons Love is Blind has ever played if they get up there and they both know. Just like, yeah, I just don't feel like we had enough time to know each other. Like, what do you mean?
No, I would be mad.
It's so funny.
This would be the first time
in me.
It would be the first time Love is Blind tricked us into thinking we were like all systems go, and then you'd be like, actually, no. It's like, what?
No, we did. We got that season 1 with those two blonde people whose names both started with K.
Oh, Kenneth.
Kenny and Kelly. Yeah.
Got a couple other ones, but it's just like, yeah, that would be the biggest trick they've ever played. But I do think this is the proof of concept couple that is here to prove that we can be successful.
Like, look, yeah.
I have one more thing on them, and it's sort of confusing because like it's not in our order here, but the Alex and Ashley cabin scene followed directly by the Vic Christine scene was like such an intentional like foil where you're like see these two people that just like hate each other and then you're immediately going to Vic and Christine just being like, I love you so much, you're my soulmate. Like it was just really funny, like the tone of it changing so abruptly.
They do that. They bring you down, then they lift you up. It's like, that's why it's nice to have balance. We have to, if they were all just down, I would just walk away from this, just every episode, just so annoyed. But there are enough toxic men here who would do that anyway.
That's why Vic and Christine are here for you, Aysha, to prove to you that this is still a thing that you will still watch, because there are success stories.
Look, Vic has been posting TikToks, but that's not enough proof, because there's been some speculation of like certain accounts being AI, and people are like, see, this is AI. Yeah. Like there's this huge controversy with a singer who is AI, and she keeps like, you guys think I'm AI? I'm not AI. It's like very clearly AI. But
I just think
he looks real.
I think the lesson here though is that I mean maybe with Vic and Christine, but I think in general you could find a couple, if there's a couple who is going to stay together and is going to say yes at the altar, I think you just have to show us more, even if it's boring, because otherwise we're all going to be playing conspiracy theory. Like, I know the show wants to be entertaining. That's fine. You have all these other people to be entertaining. But like, the reason people love Cameron and Lauren is not because they were the most interesting people ever. We liked Brett and Tiffany. We liked people because we're like, oh, we love love. I want 5/6 chaos and 1/6 love at least. And that's fine. And I'm happy to take a breather, because you know what? It's exhausting to watch hot messes only and toxic relationships.
Jason's like, what?
Jason,
he lives for it.
If you want to watch only toxic people, then go watch like one of those hot dummies on islands shows.
Ouch. Sorry, Kirsten.
No, I'm like, those shows are great, and there's a market for that. But some of us are old and just want to watch love. Okay.
But here's the thing, right? So someone like Lauren and Cam can pierce my cold, dark heart barrier and be like, okay, I can root for these people. They're cute.
Name 3 fun things they did. Fun, interesting things that happened.
It's mostly just about their personalities.
Yeah. Okay. The rap is the only thing I can remember. The rap. And then they tried to create drama around like, oh, her dad is going to give him a hard time, and which kind of didn't really happen. So,
but it's mostly about their personalities and how they shine off of one another. Lauren has a huge personality. Cam doesn't really have a huge personality, and that kind of they kind of work off each other that way. Vic and Christine have no personality so far as from what I can see, so they're super boring. I can root for a Lauren and Cam. I can root for Brett and Tiffany, because they have like some sort of personality. Brett and Tiffany are like just a squeak less boring than Vic and Christine, but they still have like a personalities I can get into. But these two just really give me nothing in terms of entertainment. You're gonna give me some entertainment.
I mean, and you can blame the show for sure. Like, they probably had some stuff like cut out that they thought was gonna be so funny to show, and this is what they decide to show.
And it's okay to be two boring people. Like you're fine. Like I'm not crapping on Vic and Christine. You are just who you are. But I think the show has a issue in really kind of making them pop on screen.
Well, if they're not getting interviewed, that's also part of the problem, right? Because if they're doing their own stuff all the time, they're probably like, well, let's talk about what we love about each other. Like if they're not actually getting somebody actively being like, so tell me something you don't like about them or something you are worried about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but most of their segments are produced, right? They have the flower shop scene, which was a full camera crew. They have the meeting the mother scene, which was full camera crew. They had the talk in the quad of his school, which was a full production scene, I assume. So they have had moments. I just don't think there's a lot to really mind there, because when you ask them about it, they're like, I love them. Like, that's what else do you want me to say? Like, but there's no problems. You have no reservations. She's like, nope, nothing. It's like, how about you, Vic? You got any problems, any reservations? She's like, nope, not at all. It's like, producers just throw their hands up, like, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
So are we all
That's
in
fair.
agreement that we think that they will say yes at the altar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If they
No,
don't,
I'm in agreement that they're already married. They already said yes, and then they.
yeah, it's either that
No,
they are
I-
hired actors or they were a
No,
couple before
I
coming
actually
into this.
am. I am. My theory is the theory of just they were there. They were supposed to be just one of the Pod Squad people, which is why we have evidence of them being like. I think they were on the same timeline as everyone, except they just didn't have a camera crew filming them, and pretty much all of these little interactions they either at some point in the process retroactively told them to go film.
Yeah.
I could just see in my mind's eye the wedding of Vic and Christine. Everything's done. They say, all right, cut. Vic takes off his wig of braids. Christine's like, finally, I can dye my hair back to its natural brunette. Like, just, all right, guys, that's a wrap on Vic and Christine. Good job, guys. We did it.
Oh
Fooled
my
everybody.
gosh.
There's just a sea of extras at this wedding. Vic's quote unquote sister, quote unquote family, all quote unquotes.
What? Well, but one thing I forgot to note in Brie and Connor was I know we've talked about the budget for Love Is Blind. They got Olivia Dean, Man I Need. Like, that's a big pool. I just had to say. I couldn't let it go unsaid.
I feel like everyone here is like, who's Olivia Dean? Like, what are we talking about?
Wait,
I
no.
honestly, is no one else just like, I kind of loved when it was all just the campy bad music.
Oh yeah, I would.
Like,
I would
I know
prefer
they
to
do
go
like
back to
half
that.
and half now, but I kind of prefer that.
It's one of the best things about Married at First Sight that has no
Yeah,
budget.
Married at First Sight is all self-written songs about that scene.
Yeah, it's literally like narrating what just happened in the scene you just watched.
That's how Love Is
Yeah.
Blind used to be. It would be like, after the Vic and Christine scene, you'd have music. It's like, everything is perfect and we have no drama. Don't you love when love is just steady and nice? And that's like how every song would be.
Well, now I feel like I'm caught off
AI.
guard. That's why I
Doesn't
love
it
it so
suck
much.
when you're dating a mini Andrew Tate?
Imagine. That's why I love it so much, because I feel like we've had it for so, like, this is season 10. We've had that for so long, and now you pull out Man I Need. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Asia really likes the soundtrack, y'all. She gets it.
I do. Somebody, release the soundtrack.
You could have pulled one less like licensed song and sent Vic and Christine to Cabo, but you decided not to do that.
Yeah, that's where the budget went. And those bikes they were riding in the sky. All right, let's talk about a couple who had a kind of rough go at it these few episodes. Amber and Jordan. So things were fine, but then they had that moment at the party where it seems like I guess there was evidence that she did overhear Jordan talking to the guys about his hesitancy meeting her daughter Emma, and she's like, you let me know when you want to leave. I thought she meant the party, but I guess she meant the relationship.
This is so weirdly edited. I was just like,
because she said, when you want to bail.
If you want to bail at any time, let me know. But it didn't seem like. I think this was a classic case of like she overheard something and thought it was kind of different than what he was saying. Because at least what they showed was him basically just being like, "Yeah, I've sent Emma some gifts, but I really am gonna want to meet her before I get married. Like that's the only area I'm still a little nervous about." Which I think is all fair things to be saying.
So fair.
Like that's what he was saying. I feel like that's what he's been saying the whole time. Like I don't feel like he said anything new. Like to really trigger this from Amber.
Right. I think this was just a case of potentially alcohol is the enemy. Her alcohol brain heard something else and thought he was saying something else, got defensive, and then iced him out for 24 hours.
Yes.
That's what appears to have happened. Also, now that we're talking about conspiracy theories, I swear the dress she was wearing in the next scene is this exact dress from the picture, but purple.
I don't remember clothes.
Just threw a red clothing item in with some bleach with that thing, and it's like, here you go.
But I've seen before, I don't know, in like scripted TV, sometimes like you'll look at the like the DVD box or just like or images, and it'll be someone wearing an outfit, but it'll be a different color than it actually was in the show. Like, so now I'm wondering, like, did they just like dye this? Because see, it's a purple background. So if she was wearing a purple dress, maybe they just like edited it to make it look blue in this picture.
Do you have items of clothing that are the same color? I do.
I mean, there's also that as an option. This is just her favorite dress, and she has multiple of those.
I'm like,
I've got
really
4
like
of the same different colors.
Yeah, exactly. She's like,
I
oh,
just-
I look
I just
amazing
have
in that dress.
This one in black, this one in black, this one in black, this one in black, and this one in black, and then I have this
Agree.
this clear one. Yeah.
You're right. You should just surprise us one day and wear an orange
Maybe I will.
shirt. Okay. So yeah, it's weird because okay, maybe there's some miscommunication, but then they talk it out and it's like there's some understanding. She's clearly communicating her past with men, and he's like, I'm not those men. She's like, well, you haven't proven that yet. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, we know that Amber has very strong feelings about the male species. This throughout her time here on Love Is Blind, which judging on this season, she might be right mostly. But Jordan does not seem to be one of those guys, and that's what he's trying to say. Like, okay, I'm not the same dirtbags you dated once before. Now, granted, we don't know much about Jordan either, so I'm just like, I guess you're not sure.
Right. Have you so Rachel, would you consider Amber and Jordan one of those couples that you're like, oh, they are going to make it?
I think they're my second place for making it after Vic and Christine, because they just seem like, if the thing they're arguing about is him being nervous about being a stepdad to a kid he's not meeting till the wedding day, like I don't think that's a valid issue. Like that just feels like a real thing to have stress and have conflict around, and they don't. She had like these moments this episode where I was like, you are definitely kind of projecting your past stuff onto him, so that could be like a red flag in the future, but for now it doesn't really feel like they have much else that they're having issues with.
What do you guys think of the fact that she's not letting him meet Emma until like 2 days or the day before the wedding?
I mean, I go back and forth on this because I'm not a single parent. I could totally understand being a single parent and being, especially if she's had bad instances of the past of introducing her daughter to people and either it not going well, or the relationship ending badly, or her daughter getting attached, or whatever the scenario is. I could understand wanting to put that wall up, but also if you're planning on getting married, and therefore you're planning, and you are a person who has gone on a show where the concept is to get married in 1 month, I kind of feel like you need to be a little more ready to introduce your child earlier, just because otherwise it feels like the outcome the whole time was going to be that you were going to say no and you were just hoping to find someone, which is, I mean, personally, I think valid. If they're allowing us to be loosey-goosey with the format of this show and people are allowed to break up before the altar now and, whatever.
Wait, were they not allowed before?
Well, no, they were, but like, I think there was more of an incentive of getting to the end, or maybe more of a penalty of breaking up earlier on, because in the last, I would say like we're in season 10, in the second half of the seasons, I feel like constantly we only ever get like 2 or 3 weddings, whereas it used to be we would have like 4 weddings at least.
Yeah, this is the most weddings we've had since season 3, which was also 5 weddings. Since then, it's always been like 2, 3, maybe at the most by the time we get to this point. So this is the first time in a long time we've had this many weddings that we have, and that's even assuming that the next episode has the rest of the weddings,
which I wouldn't necessarily assume, but I guess my point is, like, if Amber went onto this show and it was like sort of allowed by the structure of the show for her to go on and no, I'm not going to go to the wedding, or I'm going to go to the wedding but say no but want to keep dating, if that was her plan all along, then that's fine, and she doesn't need to introduce the child yet because she's just trying to figure out how long she wants to date this guy. So I think that's perfectly fine if that's the case. But if she's planning on going to the wedding and having her daughter at the wedding, then I feel like you need to kind of speed run some of these things and take the consequences.
But I also think that it's not like this isn't the equivalent of like Emma and Mike. Like, I need to know if you want to have a child or not. Like, I feel like she is vetting Jordan before he meets Emma. And I think that because she even made the point. She's like, Emma didn't like that I wanted her to brush her teeth this morning. So I think even if Emma met Jordan and was like, I don't like him, Amber doesn't care. Like, it's like, because she, she's a child, she doesn't know him fully. So I think it's just like a formality that
But I
he
think
meets her.
But I think it would be a benefit to Jordan to meet the kid and say, this is the reality of this situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be the stepfather to this kid. Now, the timing of it is varies for different people. I would say, how long do we have after Cabo? Is it 3 weeks after Cabo
3
that we're
weeks.
getting married? 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
So I
weeks.
would say give it 2 weeks to see if Jordan is like a schmuck, if he's like a cheater, if he's one of the other terrible people we've had on the show. But a week before the wedding, I think, is a good time to like introduce the kid, have him spend like some good time with the kid for that week, so he gets used to it, so he understands what this will be. Maybe have him like spend some days like in the same house as the kid, like so what the situation is in the mornings and in the evening, so you get a good picture of what your life's going to be like if we decide to get married. Having this done the day before is still such an unknown for Jordan that he does not know what life's going to be like after they get married. For me,
I think
that would be too many questions. Yeah, that would be too many like unknown.
Yeah.
Like, can I do this?
Because it's even like he's coming from he's going from a bachelor to like helping raise a kid full time. Like, it would be nice to do the morning and bedtime routine a couple times. See that like we don't get to do whatever we want after dinner. We hang out as a family before Emma goes to bed. Like, I completely agree.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder because with that explanation, that means that the answer is on Jordan. Like, Jordan needs to experience that to know if he wants that, right? Yeah. Whereas like Amber is only looking from her perspective as opposed to what Jordan needs to experience before they get married. So I wonder if is it a thing that Jordan was like, oh, I want to do this sooner. Like, I want to have that experience with her, but I don't want to push. I don't want to seem like I'm forcing her to meet Emma earlier than she wants me to. I wonder, is that an element of it?
I mean, he seemed bothered that he hadn't met Emma yet. That he I think if he had his choice, he would have met Emma sooner. It mainly felt like from Amber's point of view that she was holding off on the meeting of Emma until like a day or two before the wedding, which was wild to me.
Yeah.
And then we had last season, we had Jordan Sparkle Megan, where he introduced his kid Luca to Megan, and they had formed like a little family, and then she broke it off before the wedding, which probably broke that little kid's heart. So there's a lot to really think about when you have a kid involved, which is probably why they were like hesitant to introduce people with kids before like season 8 or season 7.
Yeah, because they film these seasons like concurrently. And I wonder what was this film the same time as season 9? Because you think that would be a reference point. Because like Sparkle Megan was like, or Jordan with Sparkle Megan, he was like, I wish I had never introduced you to Luca. That was their big storyline. But with
you think a producer was like, careful, Amber, we just had someone filming that had this issue.
No, I'm saying like
Sparkle Megan and Jordan.
Yeah, I think Amber would be even more concerned if they had watched that. But I think they definitely filmed this before that aired, because what was that, 2 months ago that we watched that season?
Yeah.
You know what would almost be better, or at least be a good step along the way for someone in this situation? Because I think what's important is Amber needs to see how Jordan would be around a kid, and Jordan needs to see how he would be around a kid and what it would be like to have a kid in their life. It's almost like they need a third party, a friend's child, a cousin or whatever, that they can like spend a day babysitting. And so that Amber can observe how Jordan would be babysitting, and he can see what legitimately it would be like to be around a 7-year-old child or something. Like, they don't need to film it. It doesn't need to be on camera, but I feel like that would be like a lower risk way of testing the waters, because I think that's what Jordan's thinking is like some of his fear. It's not about I need to meet Emma specifically. It's I need to know what it's going to be like for me to be a stepfather and be around a 7-year-old, and what responsibilities am I going to have there. Like, I think that that's important.
Yeah.
What if they used to give like home ec classes,
Yeah.
like
Little,
a
Yeah,
bag
little
of
babies.
flour,
Right.
an
Yeah.
egg.
Or egg. Right. Like
Yeah.
those kind of things would be something. But I feel like there would be a friend or something who has a child, like, and before people in the chat are like, oh, with the strangers. Okay, the parents could be there or whatever. Like, take them to the park and like just see what it's like to be around someone that age if you're someone who's not used to it.
Yeah. I don't think with a day worth of meeting a kid you're going to get the full experience. I don't even know if
No, but
someone's
at
kid
least
is
that's
going to give you a
something.
good
Right now, they're
indication.
getting nothing.
They're getting nothing.
They definitely should have just spent a weekend with Emma before the like y'all said, bedtime routine. That is important. Just quality time.
And just have Jordan realize, Jordan, on the days we have Emma, you're probably not going to be able to like go to the bar. Okay, like we have a responsibility to this kid to be there for her, not be wasted drunk coming home at night. You have a child in the house. I just loved because they were both obviously so hammered after this like meeting. He's like at the kitchen island eating a pizza, which looks so good.
Yeah.
By the way, I was like, now I want pizza. He's like, well, just another person I can't tell my feelings to. I was like, oh my god. So funny.
Oh gosh.
Talk about a one-way street.
I do think this show shows viewers, and should hopefully show the contestants on it if they watch it back. It shows them a lot of their faults in communication style. I think there's a lot that everyone can learn about themselves.
Yeah.
Did they show him ripping off his mic like we got in the
No.
preview?
No.
What the hell?
I don't know what that
What are we
was in the
doing?
preview.
It was
What are we doing here?
B-roll from when he was going to go take a shower and took his mic off. That's
Yeah.
probably what it was.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we really didn't get anything from these two with like suit shopping and dress shopping.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord they have shortened these
I
dress
know, like,
and
get
suit
the-
shoppings. Because before we used to have the dress try-ons, and the person's parent had to get up there and explain why their daughter is so special and all this. And I
Oh
was like,
god.
Yes.
yeah, Rachel, you came
Yeah,
at the
Rachel,
right
you haven't
time.
been through the trenches for the last
Yeah.
9
Yeah,
seasons.
man.
I like where I'm
Gosh,
at. I like where
yeah.
I'm at.
I was so
It's
glad
like
it was
this
fast.
is like when people talk about Survivor and they're like, they don't even show them fishing anymore, having issues around camp, and it's like that's back in the old days we used to have 20 minutes of them at their bachelor and bachelorette parties and another 30 of them trying on dresses.
Yes. They
Yeah, that's
really
brutal.
did.
I put a headline for the bachelorette parties in my notes and then wrote nothing under either of them.
Thankfully,
No.
they used to
Monster
torture us. They used to torture us, Rachel, with them actually having to do things at these bachelorette parties.
Yeah, I literally wrote Monster Jam.
Yeah, I did too. And then I erased it because I had nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Speaking of really quick Survivor aside, does Amber give Carolyn Weiger
Yes,
at all?
we
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
Mary
we
played
talked
that
about
last
that
time.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that my best friend that loves Love is Blind. She was saying that to me, and I didn't see it till she said it. It's like, oh yeah, I really see it now.
I only see it in confessionals. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's mostly in
Yeah,
confessionals.
mostly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. What did you guys think of the makeup? I thought the makeup was like very fast and quick. I was like, oh, they didn't really talk about.
Oh, I
much
thought
of
you meant
anything.
her makeup.
Oh, I thought you
I was
meant
like,
her
I don't
makeup. I was
know.
like, you
I
paid
Me
attention to
too.
her
Yes.
I don't know.
makeup.
It looked about like that. I have no idea.
Yes, because I'm going to pay attention to the makeup. Yes,
Wait, what
Um,
are you talking about?
the
When,
when they
like,
made up.
reconciling.
Yeah,
Oh, they made up. Duh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I
quick.
mean, it was quick.
like she had on this hard exterior, and then he goes, "I was just so nervous. Thought you were going to break up with me, so I eat all day." She's like, "Oh, you eat all day."
That was funny. Or she's like,
Yeah.
he really was so upset. Like
Yeah.
he didn't eat the whole day.
It's like, oh, I guess
Yes.
we're fine now.
Yeah. We did get that last date with them going to Otherworld, which kind of looked cool.
It did. It was very Meow Wolf. That's what it is. It's
Yes.
the Otherworld.
Yes.
Okay, I
It's
was
like
what
if-
is this? Is this an arcade? Is this laser tag? What is this place?
It felt like Meow Wolf with like elements of Activate.
I love
Like,
that you said these
it felt more
things.
gamey.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Jason and
Yeah.
I in the middle. Like, I don't
Rachel
know.
and Asia are like, yeah, girl, tell them.
Yeah, it's definitely like
Wait, if you don't know
Bangarang
what
and
Activate is,
Jaboozy.
guys,
What are we talking
we'll
about?
have a sidebar about this after. Activate's the best thing in the entire world, and I could talk about it for an hour, so we can shelve
Yes.
it, but we will circle back.
Right. Yeah, but we both went to Meow Wolf in separate places. But yeah, there's some around the country.
It's like an
I
art,
think Mary would like it. I don't know about Jason.
like a trippy
I
art
like
kind of
fun and
place.
fun
Yeah,
and
it's like a
joy, and
trippy
Jason
art
only likes
exhibit.
drama and sadness.
And why would I enjoy that, Asia?
I
What
know.
kind of person do you think?
Because you're
I am?
mini Andrew Tate.
This is not a name tag. This is a reference.
I don't know. I'm
on
new here. It
Chris.
kind of feels like a name tag.
This is not up here. Right? It's not like, oh, and I lost it all. Never mind.
There we go.
It's not a name tag. I'm making a reference to Chris.
Well, they had a great time.
Yeah,
So
it was fun. It looked fun. It looked like a
Yeah.
place I would like to go to, Asia. Wow. Which one of you troublemakers changed my name to Mini Andrew Tate on the trivia? How dare you? How dare you all?
It would have to be someone with admin rights. My hands are right here. So-
I didn't know I could edit someone else's name.
Oh my Mary, how dare you?
I'll fix it. Anyway.
Anyone listening to this knows Jason's heart and knows that he is the furthest from Andrew Tate.
That's right. Someone commented on the YouTube the other episode that I had the least toxic masculinity of all
Oh, wow.
on this season.
The least.
The least.
Okay.
I take that as a badge of honor.
Right. I didn't see that comment. Did you make that up?
Listen, if it came from one of my burner accounts, so be it.
Right. Did you do that, Darkwing Duck?
No, I'm assuming that's Mary again.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, anything else on
So
Amber and
yes,
Jordan?
will they say yes? Will they say yes at the altar?
Oh,
I think
can
so.
see this. I can see this being one of the deceptions of like, you guys think they're fine, but they're going to say no. Who will say no?
I think
wonder-
if anyone says no, it'd be Jordan
I could see that.
because of the parenthood.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I kind of think if anyone says no, it'd be Amber.
What would be her reasoning?
That she's not ready. Like maybe it doesn't go as swimmingly with Emma, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I don't know. Yeah,
Because isn't she the one that said like Emma doesn't need a new dad? She has a great dad.
yes, yeah, but I think saying that and then living the reality of like there's
Yeah.
there's a man I'm bringing into space. I don't know if she tries it and doesn't feel comfortable enough with it. I could see her being like, it's a no for now,
Yeah.
and let's try and date so you can get more comfortable with Emma. But we all know the no for now is mean a no. Like, it's
Right.
like we're not going to do it probably. But I'm gonna say no. This is my official prediction. I'm gonna say no,
okay.
and I'm gonna say Jordan says no.
Okay.
Official prediction.
I think they're both gonna say yes. I don't know why.
Okay.
Gut feeling.
I think I'm a yes too. I mean, we're not making these predictions, but I would think they would say yes and then maybe be broken up by the reunion.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that happening.
Oh wow, that's worse.
I know.
I think no
It
matter
happens,
what,
though.
it happens all the time.
All the
Rachel. It happens
time.
all the time.
Because you watch the
Emma.
reunion and then you have to read through, okay, are they matching outfits? Okay, they're
Mhm.
together. But are they I don't
Are they matching
the
outfits? Do they
energy?
enter at the same time?
Yep.
Wow.
Are they sitting on opposite couches?
You might have to give me a reunion to watch ahead of time as prep.
Yeah, the most recent reunions
No,
have
that was
not
boring.
been
They've
good.
been
Pretty
bad.
bad.
Go back
Yeah.
at least 3. I think the thing is, so I could, because I could see them coming and they'll be like, yeah, we were really in love and we tried, but the reality of the situation was we just had such different lifestyles and whatever. We
Yeah.
just needed more time. Again, you
Yeah.
understand the premise of the show going on to it. You know you're not going to have that much time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's on Married at First Sight. They have to decide at the end of their 8 weeks if they want to stay married or get divorced. And all the time, a lot of times people are yes to more time. And then more time is never what they needed. They just didn't need to be together. So
Yeah, I think no matter what, they're not together by reunion. I think that's easy sell for me.
yeah. let's talk about Alex and Ashley.
Can we
I have
not
so many
skip
notes.
them?
I have
Oh, great.
I have a wall of notes. I
They
hate
they
them.
burn me out. Like every time I watch them, I'm just like, I hate everything about this as a relationship.
Alex, regular size Andrew Tate.
Yes.
I
I
no, I
can't
want. You know what?
believe-
I need all of Rachel's thoughts on this too.
Yes.
Well, I start my notes on them with "I can't stand this man" in all caps, and I end it with "they hate each other" in all caps. That's the bookend.
Like, here's what I
Um,
want. Look, Ashley, I feel like I barely know you, but here's what I'll tell about you. You have way more patience than I
Yes.
would ever have with this man, and like your ability to continue to talk so monosyllabically at him. That's not what I'm looking for. What is it called? Monotone. She's so monotone when she talks to him. And so like and you can see how it riles him up because she's like just stays calm and he's mad that she's not getting emotional about certain things. And the way that they both can talk to each other and have full conversations without ever looking at each other. It's great.
He can't take the eye contact. That's his thing.
yeah, that's. I mean,
Dangerous.
from the beginning, like you're dangerous.
Yeah.
Stop
But
looking at me.
well, these two decided to start things off with this conversation at the party with Priyanka, which props to Priyanka for trying to keep things like, oh yeah, no, like she tried to be kind of like the middleman and just like helping translate what Alex was saying, but she did not realize Alex has already just blatantly lied about this stuff already. So Ashley's coming from a whoa, this is completely different because we find out from Priyanka that he was going back and forth between Austin. He said he lived in Austin. He was quote unquote looking for a lease. And we know from previous episodes, he only told Ashley, oh, yeah, I went to Austin and me and my ex hung out. We hooked up, but that was it for F-150 or
And-
F1, whatever it is.
And there was conversation about the
F-150 is a
fact
truck. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
The race.
F1.
Formula
F1,
One.
F1.
yeah.
Formula One.
F1.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
F1. There's no 50.
Yeah.
But there seemed to be a lot of conversation around the fact that was the travel nurse there in Austin with you or was she not? I was like, I was getting lost in the sauce on this whole conversation. It's like, what are we actually talking about?
I was
So-
tracking, but he
Yeah.
was just lying.
Yeah.
Right, but I think Ashley was under the assumption that the travel nurse was not in Austin with him for the whole time he was in Austin. And he's like, no, she was on assignment in Austin. She's like, I thought assignment meant she was away from Austin. So you were living with her basically, which is what I think was the crux of this.
I think she thought they both visited Austin for this Ford F-150 race. But it was like from Priyanka's standpoint, it's like, oh no, you lived with your ex. And so isn't it crazy though that she met him in Chicago and then also I was like, and then
this is
also saw him
weird.
in Austin?
Yeah, so you were with your ex in Chicago and Austin, and Priyanka you met in
Was also
Chicago
there.
and Austin. Like that's interesting. Yeah, y'all just rove around in a group to different places.
And the ex is not Priyanka, right?
Apparently, apparently,
Right.
I was
That's what
like,
I thought. And
that's
then,
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What if Priyanka and Alex just walk out of that bar that night? You're like, whew, got her. Like,
They fist bump.
yeah,
See, I had kind of a conspiracy theory about this in the sense that Priyanka did know him beforehand, right? And one of the best ways to vet a new partner is through a friend that they've known for much longer. And so did Priyanka actually believe Alex was like a cool guy who hadn't lied or anything? Or does he have like the reputation in their friend group of being the guy that like makes shit up all the time and is always sort of just like fast and loose about the way he says things and lives his life? And she kind of set him up to fail in front of Ashley to kind of protect her, because she definitely seems like she was on Ashley's side and she didn't seem surprised by his behavior. And so I don't know, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like being a girl's girl. And
Yeah. Priyanka does give girls girl, I don't know if she knew he was going to crash and burn the way he did, but to be in the same friend group that is in Chicago and in Austin, like they have to know each other better than what, I mean, for him to refer to her as Pre, you know, I'm not referring to somebody I've seen on 2 occasions by nickname.
The
You know,
fact
unless
that,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I guess I don't know. It was weird because like she was giving girls girl, but like 50% of the way, you know, like she like he literally had dug himself such a bad hole to where he's like spiraling, changing his story, and then anytime Ashley's like, oh, that's not what you said before, and he's just like, oh, you're ganging up on me, and he's like, you're asking a lot of questions that aren't relevant to this process, and Priyanka has to be like, it's not a process, it's a marriage, like yeah, you're gonna ask questions. And then he's like, whoa, and then that's when she gets up and leaves.
Why are
because
you
he
here?
snaps, why are you here? And she's like, okay, bye, I'll just leave then. That was more like she was standing up for herself more than her standing up for Ashley, really. No, I'm
That's
not trying
fair.
to deny. Maybe she does seem like she would be a girl's girl, though. And also,
Yeah,
if
no,
I
that-
were her,
that's
I would
fair.
also stand up and leave if he had acted like that to me. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like, we don't know what her relationship with Ashley was like inside the
I mean, they were all hugged up
That
on each
squad
other in the
room.
Yeah, they
previous
were.
episode.
I mean, and when he walked up, she's like, you stole my wife.
Yeah.
So they, I think they had bonded. I mean, because even Priyanka on TikTok, she was saying how her favorite part of the whole experience was the women's quarters. I'm like,
What
yeah,
is it?
well, y'all hung out. That's the only place we saw you.
Have we tracked the pipeline from going on Love is Blind to women loving women? Because I feel like it's not zero.
I know.
Like, I think
weren't
we've
we
had
talking about
several
that,
people.
Rachel?
I think we've had several people at the reunions being like, I went on this show and the men were so terrible that now I'm dating a woman. I'm pretty sure that's happened.
Well, Stacey
I would
from
love-
Stacey and Izzy is dating women now.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
one. Yeah.
That's one.
There's more than one. I don't know. I don't have.
Is
these
there
stats.
any occasion where like someone is bi and falls in love and the women fall in love with the women's quarters, or the men fall in love with the men's quarters? Because I think that would be kind of fun.
Not that
happened
we've
so
heard
far?
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
to be fair. I feel like Love is Blind would probably want to try and tamp that down. Be like, we're not going to advertise that here. The Love is Blind is not the place to come and fall in love in the men's and women's quarters.
No, I think they would love to promote that. Like
Well, but I
that would
think-
have people like talking, and like that would be the drama that they're looking for in like the pods phase.
Yeah, hasn't happened. I don't think.
At least that we're aware of.
Yeah.
But
How would we
Yeah.
know though? Because they put like 40 women on each of these seasons and 40 men on each season, and we only
Yeah,
see like 3 of them. So.
statistics.
Is that how many we started with? I started with episode
I think
4.
it's like 20 and 20, but it's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
no, because Brittany told Devontae, like, oh, you were dating 16 women and I
Oh,
was
that's
dating
right. I think it was
16 men or
18.
something. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so clearly Alex has changed this story, or like he changed it for her because he said it was easier for him to explain it that way. So okay, for you to say it's easier to explain it, that doesn't mean it's not a lie. Like
And if you're lying about something that stupid, then
yes.
what are all the other that and your grandparents, how long they were married, and like all this bullshit? Like you are definitely just a compulsive liar
Yes.
in every way. I mean, and he's not great at hiding it, but
He said,
And
do you want me to show you
anytime-
my license?
That's what I was gonna say. Anytime someone starts bringing up like, do you want physical evidence? They're lying because they expect
Yeah.
you to say, no, I'm not going to be so, over the top that I would ask you to see all of these details. But like,
it's also such a redirect.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to know what your relationship with this woman is. Do you want to see my Airbnb receipts? Like that is not what she asked. Like,
for him to equate this with, well, do you remember where you were 3 years ago on a Tuesday?
I
She's
love
like,
her response. To
yes,
that, though.
I did too. She's like, no, but you talk like you do. That was her. I was like, I'm so glad she thought of that in that moment. That would have been something that like later on, I'm like, that would have been a good response.
He's like, you mean to tell me that in between relationships you weren't hooking up with your exes? And she's like, no. He's like, well, I don't know if I really believe that.
He said, I question that.
Anyway,
What? What's wrong with you?
I just love that Ashley's Ashley's gut is trying to tell her to get away from this man.
Yes.
And like every time it starts to rear its head of like, think sensibly, her like, it feels like her need to be married is just like pulls it down. Like, no, don't mess us up. We're about to get married now. Don't go thinking.
No, Jason, it was the McDonald's DoorDash at 11 p.m. That's what got her back.
Listen, I don't blame her. Okay, I've taken a lot less for some McDonald's. Okay,
Right.
Such a terse conversation to end in like, you want fries though?
Right.
yeah, like, yeah,
Which-
Daddy, give me some fries, please.
By the way, she had already said she wanted fries before he even brought up the nuggets. So I was like, he just doesn't listen. But that was he annoys me so much. So
He's
it's like
just so
every little thing.
combative.
Yes.
Like I the thing I kept thinking about, and I don't know why, but I was like, this is the kind of person that like has his finger hovering over the trigger at all times and is waiting for you to set him off so that he can blame you for like pulling it. You know what I mean? Like it's just this like, I don't know. It's all of the trauma of like manipulative like scary men. Like he just represents this horrible thing that riles me.
It's like a fake dominance. Like he wants to be perceived.
No, Chris is fake dominance. This guy is like,
I see them in the same league.
Real, like
this guy is like real, actual. Like I that's what the thing is. I think Chris is really obvious with his like villainy, and then Alex is obvious from an outside perspective. This is the kind of guy who your girlfriend will be dating, and all of the friends are like, break up with this guy, he's terrible. But she's like, no, you just don't know him like I do because she's brainwashed inside the relationship. I'm really hoping that the end of this is them at the aisle and Ashley is like, no, dude, you were terrible. I'm not like, I want
like
her,
make him go first.
Like make him go first. He'll say yes, or maybe even I don't even care. Or she'll just, if he's going to say no, she'll go first and say no. Either way, like I hope that that's what we're getting out of this and we're not getting her saying yes. But
she just feels like she has these moments of such clarity and then she seems to go right back into it. And
but he's so pretty. Oh, stop.
He always reaches a new low. Like in that conversation with Priyanka, he in front of Priyanka goes, oh, if you want me to tell you every time I can tell you. And I was like, that's just gross. Like, why? First of all, why are you trying to escalate things to the point of embarrassing her in front of Priyanka to make it seem like, oh, she's just asking for the most, so I'll let you know my every single move. It is just vulgar for no reason.
Yeah, I completely agree with your take, Mary, about Chris and Alex. And like, I would take the like weak man that's so obviously trying to overcompensate than like this psychotic, like controlling person that, you know, is probably much better at it.
Well, and like I said last week, it's like, I've met some Chris's. I've dated an Alex, and that was the terrifying part.
Yes. So, I told my husband while we were watching, I was like, I am getting like sort of PTSD from watching this guy. Like, it is just this, like, I've been here. I've been in that room where someone is telling me that, like, is like gaslighting me and telling me that everything I'm saying is wrong and that he's totally right. Like, it's he sucks.
He does.
Okay.
But no, I can't with this guy.
Yeah. Even in that McDonald's conversation, it was very telling for her to be like, well, when's the last time you've talked to this ex? He's like, well, we've been back 2 weeks and I haven't talked to her. That's the barometer? You've been back 2 weeks and you haven't, that like, it should be like months.
Mind you, this is the same guy who started the conversation last episode or last drop with like, one of my exes, we broke up because I thought it was weird that she was close with her ex.
Yes, it was the same conversation where then like where he said that, and then later in the conversation he's like, "Well, we're still friends." It's like,
right,
and you can tell because he keeps asking Ashley, like, "Aren't you friends with some of your exes?" Because you know he wants to be like, either we'll see it's cool that I'm friends with mine because you're friends with yours, or find some reason to get mad at her about it.
I mean, but he's a man and she's a woman. Come on, guys. It's okay for him. Okay.
Oh gosh. What did we get anything else major from that? Oh, their cabin date.
The cabin. That was like
awkward date ever.
Oh my god.
They look like they hate each other. Yeah, that's what Rachel said.
They do. They do. She walked in and the first thing she said is, "This where I get murdered." Like that's
Yes.
I know she's kidding, but that's like like it's so bad.
Yes. Even just the regular conversation, like it's like, oh, okay, they're casually talking about what would they do at their birthdays, right? And then she's like, oh, like, do you have anything to ask? He's like, I just asked a question. She's like, no, you didn't. We were talking. He's like, well, what, didn't I? I thought I did. Like, you can't even make fake conversation. Like, you can't even fill time talking to each other. That should be
She
a
also
key
said-
indicator.
I don't remember if they were going back and forth, but I wrote down, "My friends hate you. You're well-traveled, very passionate about soccer and day trading." That was what she had to say about it.
That's his whole personality. Where he goes like, check this gym out. Just like a game of soccer, you can't plan how it's gonna go. It's like, okay, we get it, bro. We get it. You play soccer.
Did he used to play basketball? I can't remember what sport he's into.
Do they get like money for staying longer? Like, is there, because you said something about incentive.
Yeah,
Mary,
that's what I'm
earlier.
saying. It's like, I think, I don't have the facts on this, but I would guess, like with most of these shows, that the longer you're in the process, the more of a stipend you get. So,
and I feel like,
which I think is what Chris was trying to get somehow.
Well, I feel like of anyone here, though, I feel like Alex is one that needs that stipend the most. So he's like definitely sticking in for
He's
this.
a super successful day trader. What are you talking about?
Or whatever. But I feel like,
right.
I do feel like most of these people have successful enough jobs where they, like, the money does not mean that much to them. But I get the feeling from Alex, he needs that extra paycheck.
And it's weird too, because like Alex is not playing this in the same way that the people who have become like social media influencers from the show were. Like the people who become social media influencers and have like a great run go pretty much all the way through the show and actually usually do it fairly earnestly, even if they're end up saying no, or if they're not in love, that they sort of end up trying so that they can then basically laugh at themselves or be in on the joke that all of the fans are making the whole time. The people who are like horrible villains throughout the entire thing or quit the process early usually don't end up having much success, even if they were a lot of drama.
I don't think he could not be the villain if he wanted to, though.
Oh no.
But he thinks he's the hero. An entertaining villain, which is like, it's like he's causing a lot of drama, but it's not like he's I don't know what I want from him. Anything else?
Yeah, it's just I think that Ashley, like you said, Jason, her desire to be married is outweighing the things that are right in front of her. And it's, I think looking back on this, I mean, she is actively liking a plethora of comments on social media, which makes people like, okay, which way did it go? But it's just like, it has to be difficult watching this back, because I think there's like no way at this point, after this date, that she says yes at the altar.
You think this date was a negative for her? I thought she came out. I thought she came out of this still like into this. I didn't get the inkling that she thought that this was a red flag.
If that's true, she is the densest. Like, they didn't have a single back and forth that.
But she's lived 3 weeks.
The other one down.
She's lived 3 weeks of her life like this. I don't think this is any different than what their regular everyday conversation is. So
so there's no progression. Like, it's not getting better. They're not getting closer.
She doesn't see that. She doesn't either care, or like we said, she's letting the fact like, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna be a wife. She's letting that drive her, and because and she thinks this is her best way of getting what she wants. And I love how he keeps telling her, I'm a stoic, I don't have feelings, I don't care about things. And that's not a red flag.
Red flag, that is.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
I mean,
I'm a sociopath.
Right? He even says that when he's suit shopping. He's like, I don't get nervous about these type of things. I'm pretty normal.
That means you don't care. That means you're not invested in this. That's what that means.
Either that, or you've buried it so deeply within yourself that you can't, like, you have no actual tap into your emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, have they cast a serial killer on this show? Is it possible?
I mean, I'm sure they have. I mean, I'm like, a
He
future one
gives serial
probably.
killer.
A future
for
one.
sure.
Oh God. That's
I'm just saying.
scary.
I mean, he said, was it? I don't remember if this was to her or in confessional, but he said, "When I close my eyes and picture my wife in 5 years, I see myself living in Florida in a phenomenal house, potential trust in Dubai, and a safe house in Queensland, New Zealand. I see myself very happy with a wife and kids, or with kids on the way at that point. Not
That was a
with
confessional.
Ashley.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like
Why
with
did
a wife.
safe house?
What? Yeah. What do you get a safe house for?
Right.
What are you getting into?
It's oh my gosh, I just remembered. I
I
saw
picture
him-
myself in the future. My name is Steve. I have a different hair color.
I'm on the run.
I'm on the run.
him and his mom put out I don't know if it was a podcast. It was set up like a podcast, but I just saw a clip of it where they are like just egging each other on. And he's like, yeah, it's so weird because somebody asked me where I'm from. Do they mean where I have a house over here or where I have a house over there? And his mom's like, yeah, like we're nomads. Like, da 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 da. Do you mean? He's like, he gives so many examples of just like, oh, my answer can't just be one thing because I have all of these things.
Yeah, he's a poser.
He learned from the best, his mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Cut
He's
from the
totally
same
real,
cloth.
definitely real mom.
Yeah, not AI. Definitely a truck
At all.
driver.
Did we ever
Yes.
find out? Remember a couple seasons ago where there was somebody that we thought was like a fake relative? It was like a
I think
sister or
Edmund's
something.
mom last season.
Is that what that? Yeah. Did she end up being real?
I think she was somebody's sister too.
There was somebody's sister who was like way
Kwame.
too
was
cool.
it- yeah,
Kwame's
Kwame's
sister.
Kwame's
Yeah.
sister had like a really cool purse. I remember that.
Rachel, you
Wait,
see all
so
this
in the past,
unnecessary.
are there? Sorry.
I was saying, you see all this unnecessary Love Is Blind history
Knowledge
knowledge
we
we have in our heads.
That's what you're saying.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. In the past, has it been proven that there are fake relatives and actors hired and stuff like that?
No, we're just
Or is this
joshing
just
around.
conspiracy?
No,
I'm just asking.
they-
I'm asking.
No, but
Okay.
there's definitely been conspiracy theories, but I think they've all ended up being real.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I was
like-
curious if that's like a
somebody's
actual-
got to be the first fake one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's always conspiracy as it airs, and then after the fact, they're like, no, that really was my sister.
Mhm.
That was my mom. Proof. Here's a picture of us. Okay. So Ashley and Alex. Okay, what are your predictions? Are we thinking
No. Hard no.
No.
No, she's gonna say no. I don't even care what
She's
he
gonna say
says.
no.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I need this
Jason,
in my
do
life.
you
I need her to say
disagree?
no.
I still think she's a yes.
Ooh.
My biggest question is if he is a yes or a no. I think he's a yes. I think they're yeses, and I think it crashes and burns before the reunion, and she probably like caught him cheating or something, and that's what broke them up in the end.
They have like a restraining order, and
Yeah, it's
like
gonna
it's gonna be a
mess.
whole thing.
Yeah,
He's gonna give her that face like he gave to Priyanka.
Mhm.
Like I should have screenshotted that one. That one was like I was like that.
That was
still-
scary.
That's his mugshot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like something like the way he just like flipped, and it was just because like he felt so cornered, but he got so mad at Priyanka. It was like
Mhm.
that's
You
showing
are
that he's
seeing your
capable of
future
that.
here,
Yes,
Ashley.
exactly. Ugh,
Literally.
yeah,
I hope he's yes and she's no. That would be.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in that he goes, yes, that he goes first.
Yeah.
Has to say his yes, not like, oh, he's leaning yes, and then she goes first. That he is a yes, and then she.
I legitimately
slight
don't
speech.
understand why him and people like him are. Why are they even here? Like he doesn't seem to want a relationship in his life.
Well, I think he's still hung up on that she's not his type.
yeah. I think he thought he would find someone that was his type in this, and they would live happily ever after and day trade together. And
He needs a stipend.
Yeah,
Why
he
he's
did. He
there.
really did. He was short on cash. He got the message on LinkedIn. It was like, let's go, let's do this.
You're like, why not? What do I have to lose? It's just marriage.
I think if you asked him why he did this, he would go on some like word vomit spree of life is an adventure and I'm a nomad, so I do all these different things. I hope no one ever asks him.
No, he'll be
Maybe
asked.
he wants to get married so he can get divorced and get some of her money.
Well,
I think her
stand for
dad's-
that.
Yeah, her dad's not gonna let her do that. Her dad's
No,
gonna put her
no,
aside.
you know who really wouldn't stand for that? Oh,
Devontae?
that doesn't
That
hit.
was you. Yeah. Keep going. There we go.
Devontae.
Gots to protect what's
She's
mine.
so cute.
Yeah,
She's so much
right.
cuter than him. Oh.
This is
Oh.
not the first prenup conversation we've had. And like, I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't know. Is this a hot take? I feel like if you're on this show, you should all have prenups.
Here's the thing.
Are prenups temporary? Could you make a like could you reverse or like end a prenup? Is that like a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I feel like what I would want to do is be like, yeah, we're both gonna have prenups, and then a year
For
or
like
two
the first
in,
5 years.
yeah, or some period of time in, we can then cancel them. But like, you are basically a stranger.
Well, here's the problem with me and like the prenup itself. I'm totally fine with that. So there was a woman that had a prenup last season. What are you about to say? No,
Asia's got one in her desk drawer right now, just waiting for Sarah. Just need a
No.
signature.
you just had the look in your face. Like I saw the moment that thought formed.
You know, you walk me into these things, and I gotta take them when the opportunity's there.
You can't joke about that when Rachel is here, who won $1 million.
Wait, I was married
Years
before
ago.
that. No prenup here, unfortunately.
Not Asia told me not to act up in front of company.
Look, Jason, I can't even remember where it. I do remember where it originated. We podcasted about an episode of Cribs. MTV Cribs, and it was like Big Sean's house, and there were a lot of things that I could relate to in the house. But it was an episode from like 20 years ago. We're podcasting about an old episode, and so then he created the name Aysha Welch.
Give it its true credit. It was Chappelle that came up with the name.
Chappelle, okay, and you've
then
carried it
stuck.
on very strongly.
I've carried on the legacy for years now. But it was we were touring Big Sean's house. He goes, I got that in my house.
And it has stuck.
The origin of Aysha Welch. I'm glad we took that detour.
Yeah, for those that were unaware, they've always wondered. That's exactly why Jason decides to make that joke. But to my point, I don't hate the concept of a prenup. What I do hate is springing it on her at this last date that they're having before the wedding. Like, what do you mean this is the first time you're talking about it? Like, okay, if it didn't come up in the pods, that's fine. But you've had three weeks to prepare for this.
Well, do you think it was spurred by their prior conversation, which was them talking about how much they spent like every month and him being like 4 times what she spent, and then her going, ooh,
yes,
like, are we gonna have a joint bank account? Like,
and that conversation goes,
he said, like, don't come running back to me when you go through your fund money.
And then he's like, actually, let me get that in writing.
Yeah, I feel like that was actually what maybe did it, or at least made him start thinking about it. Because that was awkward on both of their parts.
Yeah, because they're in very different. They have very different bills. Because she's at like 1,800 a month. He said he's 5,200 for his house
mortgage
alone.
only.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, what
the
heck?
Goodness.
Why did he go see your like
place?
1%? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, and then he said some months I make 12 grand and other months I make 40 grand. Like,
bruh, he was like, some days, some months I do 12,000. I was like, okay, and some months you do 4,000. He's like, in other months I do 40,000. I was like, okay, we got a real person here. Yeah, he's a loan officer. I think it was his thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then he said he's used to having 6 to 8 months in reserves, which is very responsible of him. And so, it felt like a productive conversation in terms of like finances. But Rachel, you might be right that spurred something in him. Like, wait. I don't think that that
her response wasn't
secure.
Super measured in the moment. She was just kind of like 40 grand. Wow.
Right?
I love to shop.
I was like, shoot, let me go see if I can marry Devontae. he don't like physical touch. I got no problem with that.
No, but here's the thing about that. she ended this conversation saying, "This will be our little home." He has a place that he's paying $5,200 for.
Well, that was his. He said that was his place in Charlotte. So I think he lived in North Carolina for a time.
Okay.
And now I assume he maybe rents here, and now they're going to live in her house because she bought her house. That's what I'm assuming. Anyway.
I'm just confused about where he's living in North Carolina. That is his mortgage.
I don't know.
Also, speaking as the one single person on the panel, is this not like I'm always shocked with the finance conversations on this show, because I know everyone does different things with their finances when they get married and stuff, but like the conversations always seem to be two single people describing what their current financial situations are, their spending habits, whatever. Isn't there a second conversation that's like, but now as a married couple, how might we change some of those habits or like combine our lifestyles or whatever? I feel like we're missing that part. It seems to me like they both are moving forward being like, yeah, we're going to both continue to do what we're doing, which maybe people do. I don't know. I just feel like we're missing a conversation here.
Yeah.
I agree. I think
I don't know.
maybe
They've only got
not
3
enough
weeks
time
to figure this out.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's probably assumed he's going to like pay half the mortgage maybe, and then they'll just do the rest of what they do. I don't know. I think when she tried to start the conversation of, are we going to have a joint account? And then he cut her off and said something else. But yeah, I don't know. We don't really have those really in-depth conversations like we probably should. Like
Wasn't there someone a few seasons ago who was like, yeah, here's my apartment or whatever. Here's what I pay in rent. But if we got married, I expect you to pay all my rent. Wasn't that like a thing? I feel like that was somebody.
As possible.
That sounds like something Sparkle Megan might have said. Sorry if I'm throwing that on her and that's untrue.
No, because she was in a way better financial situation than him.
That you're right. Maybe it was the reverse. Maybe she was going to pay.
Yeah.
Maybe she was going to pay for his place.
Right. Oh, and he wasn't comfortable with that. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
But yeah, so yes, that was very interesting. Oh, and then we also got to see that she does lashes in her basement. So like, she's a businesswoman. Like, she's getting it.
Wasn't she a nurse?
Yeah, she's a nurse that does lashes in her basement.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Wow, a nurse, like you could have some like 12-hour shifts as a nurse, right?
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Like, what the heck?
Maybe she only does lashes like once a week or something on a rotating schedule. I don't know.
She got a whole ass shop in her basement though.
I don't know.
Yeah, they had the same like the Alex Ashley thing where they just couldn't stop digging at each other. He just never stops.
Yeah.
With her, and she's just so freaking nice. And yeah, like the snoring thing, like he called her like 4 names.
Mm-hmm. Brittany is just like Ashley. The sensibility is trying to get to her, but she's like, no, I'm getting married. I can't listen. Can't listen.
Do you think that maybe one of the reasons that you want to marry this doofus so badly is because you bought a freaking dress before you went on this show? Like,
yes.
It's like she wants the story to come true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the mom goes, yeah, we bought her the dress because we're like, basically she says we're manifesting it. It's like, no, you're also putting a lot of pressure on your daughter to like
pressure.
Because that's the thing though. Like I could imagine her before, like if it does work out, like she gets a Vic and it works out so beautifully. Like imagine like I manifested this because I bought the dress, but because it's working out so terribly, it's like, dang girl.
Now I got to buy another one.
Right.
This doesn't work.
No, wear that same dress.
Well, it's going to remind her of him.
It's haunted.
Yeah. What I thought was funny. Now imagine. So everybody else tried on dresses, tried on different ones. Everyone's giving their opinions, right? She puts on this dress that she's already bought. Imagine she walks out and they're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm glad everybody was on the same page that, guys, she already bought this dress. Yeah.
I feel like she had to have said it beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so risky. It's like, I already bought this dress. Very crazy. I know. I'm going to put it on now.
Did you keep the receipt though? Like,
tell me how amazing I look, please.
What's the return policy on that?
Right.
I thought it was really sad when she said that she had come to terms with the fact that she needs words of affirmation and he's just never going to give them to her. Yes. And she like laughed while she said it. I was like, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
So you're literally selling for less is what you're doing.
I just don't understand. I feel like this woman could do so much better.
So
Yeah.
much better.
Man.
I feel like she was given this opportunity and she feels like she cannot turn it down. She has to go through with
Mhm.
it because this might be her one and only chance to get married.
Look, I don't think
And
it's gonna matter. I think he's gonna say no, so I don't think it matters one way or the other. What she
now
like,
see,
she can want this, but I don't think he's gonna give it to her.
now see, I thought that, but then I was like, why bring in this prenup conversation?
He's trying to find he's bringing up reasons for her to also say he doesn't want to look like the bad guy.
Yeah, he
And I
doesn't
think
wanna
he
be the
wants
bad
her
guy.
to have a reason to also say no.
Okay.
He either wants her to say no because of the prenup, or she says yes because of the prenup. And now they can just freaking get divorced in a month, and there's no real ramifications for him.
Yeah, I just thought that that conversation at the cabin seemed like it should have been, hey, this is a nice bow tie on our experience, like we're heading into marriage, whatever. And it just felt very much so like, these are my deal breakers that I'm bringing into this. And if you, because she felt, I felt like she was so caught off guard with him bringing up not only the prenup, but also bringing up that the girls reached out to him to tell him that, she said that she needs more from him. And he felt like, oh, and now I'm being talked about bad.
Yeah, I feel like if your husband or significant other is struggling to like say nice things to you on a daily basis, that should be your sign to get out. But she has decided that it's enough for her, that he's just quote unquote a man of few words, and that she's going to just accept that, which is kind of sad. Like it really.
Let's not forget the day he needs to be off the grid, no
Ooh,
access
yeah.
to his phone. I'll be totally unreachable. Why do you need that, my guy?
Yeah, it's a weird
It's
thing.
a
Like
silent retreat.
yeah, and this from him also from the Cabo trip of like, I just need some time by myself. And this is like, I'm going to be totally dark. It's like Chris saying like, I just need 13 an hour. I just need a 13-hour break. Like
I just need to
why
go to the
do you-
strip club.
like how much do you need to process? How much time are you taking to process? That should also be a red flag to her of like, if he needs a whole day to decide whether or not he's like ready to get married to me, like maybe this just isn't the thing for me.
Yeah,
And she said, "You're sorry."
No, you go ahead.
I just she capped it off with, "Your actions have shown me that it's worth staying." And I literally wrote, "What action?"
Right? Have they? Like, what are you talking about?
His lack of action.
Your action of physically being in the same space as me still
Yes.
shows me that you want this. Like, does it really?
It's literally just him not leaving is what's
Yeah,
showing her that
literally.
he wants to stay.
Yeah, and he goes there. I'm not a quitter, which means like you're sticking around for your just benefit of saying you're not a quitter. That's the only reason you're here. So,
Not,
yeah.
oh, I love you. I really
Uh-huh.
see a life with you. I want to be with you. I love everything about you. No, I'm not a quitter. You know I'm not a quitter. Does she know that? And secondly, that's not why I want you to stay with me, because you're not a quitter.
Mhm.
It's like for him to even say he's 98% there, that's a lie. Why is everyone lying? It's so annoying.
Someone clip that.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it's sad because again, she obviously really, really, really wants marriage. It
Mhm.
seems like not matter really who it's with. If she's willing to take this guy who Rachel lovingly called a doofus, I think is a great characterization for this man. But what it like, so I think what I think. She's a yes, obviously. He is honest. Actually, do we think this might be one of the things where we don't get a wedding? Because I do not remember seeing either of them in any wedding attire in the preview.
It's
I wonder
possible.
if that's the case.
I think she
I mean,
could
maybe the
sleep-
prenup is the thing.
Yeah, I think she
Mhm.
could sleep on this and be like, because she did say, she's like, I don't want someone who's unsure about me. It's less about, I mean, we've had couples that was the controversy of their relationship the whole time of it, was like having the person come around to the fact that the person wanted a prenup and like seeing the reason for it. But the fact that this was just sprung up a couple days or however many days before the wedding, I think she could sleep on it and be like, nope, I still don't see why he needs it. So no.
Yeah. But
Because
assuming
how
they
did she
get to
phrase
it,
it? She was like, she would always think he's not willing to fight for it because they have a prenup.
yeah, it'd always be in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's like, I don't want to be married to someone that thinks they have to protect themselves from me, which is like,
Yeah.
you know, you can all have your different opinions on what a prenup is. I think she's,
Yeah.
that's a way to think about it. But yeah, I think if they do get to a wedding, I think she'd be a yes. I think I think it would be 2 yeses. They would they would be broken up by reunion. Because I think he's gassed. He has been so forthright, like telling her dad that they're going to get married, constantly telling the camera while he's like has a constant frown on his face that he wants this.
Right.
Does make me think he is willing to say yes, but it'll probably crash and burn. Maybe, hopefully, because they keep up with this thing of where he refuses to, because this is something she needs. She needs validation, and he will not give it to her. It's the worst type of relationship we see in these reality TV shows, is where you have someone that really their love language is words of affirmation, that really needs that, and you have this one person that gives them everything but the thing they really need. And so maybe once they get married, she realizes it's not going to happen, and we part ways.
That's the
What's
perfect
his love
out.
language?
Right.
I don't
Like,
know.
we haven't seen him do any of the
Silence.
He's like, actually don't relate to any of the 5.
Is it quality time but not speaking?
Yes.
Quality time apart.
Yeah, quality time
Apart.
by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. No one can love me like I can love
Personal space.
me. Yeah.
She chooses him. Yeah.
I feel like this dynamic they have is the perfect out for him. He could be like, you deserve someone who can give you what you need. You deserve someone who can tell
know.
you look pretty all the time and kiss all up on you and da da da. And I can't do that. I don't know why.
Like-
It's just not me.
Right. That you know, we had this conversation last time about like what is the right way to get out of the relationship without looking like the villain on the show. And the answer is basically you do that. You tell them like, I just don't think I can give you what you want and stuff. You don't tell them that they don't do Pilates and therefore you don't like that. You don't tell them that, you know, you want to be with a different one of the partners, and you don't tell them that you're not their physical type. You don't do any of that.
Yeah. So so I think there won't be a wedding. Jason, you think there may not be a wedding, but if there is, they both will say yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are y'all thinking, Mary and Rachel?
I mean, I'm leaning that there won't be a wedding at all, but I think if there is a wedding, I do actually think because he's been so slowly adding more and more reasons, like giving her more and more hints that he doesn't like her, I think he's just going to bite the bullet and be like, no, I actually can't go through this wedding. He's going to come up with something, because like I'm still shocked that they didn't break up in Cabo.
Yeah.
It was so bad. She was just like crying on like their second night together. Yeah, I think I'm really sad to say that I think she's gonna say yes and he's gonna say no, but I hope they both say no. I hope they both say no.
Good. I know. Like, I want her to say no, but then I'm afraid
she's so much better.
She's committed. Yeah. And then we only got one wedding this episode, which I thought was a very interesting choice, because which was Mike and Emma. I thought it was a very interesting choice because I just don't feel like they stand out in a big way to be like the first wedding.
Yeah.
Which makes me really nervous about all the rest of the weddings.
I think they are only second to Vic and Christine in terms of like, I don't know anything about these people. They both seem like, apart from Emma's things, is like, I don't know what you guys are as a couple. I don't see it. I don't get the chemistry. You're just kind of there to me.
Especially because he was her second. So it's like, you're not even seeing, I don't know. I have no idea who this guy is. He could be like a cardboard standee, like he really has I don't think we know a single thing about him except he's Italian.
Yeah.
He's a future father, Rachel. He's a future father.
Yes, he wants kids and he's Italian, and his parents desperately want him to have kids, and they are also Italian. Like, that's literally all we know.
What more do you need to know? That's who he is.
We had so limited content from them this let me not. Side note. I saw Issa Rae, who created Insecure, she said that someone referred to like a show like Insecure as content. She's like, no. Don't like dumb down like as much work as they put into like a scripted television show as content when like putting out an Instagram is like content. So anyway, I see it as like it's like entertainment. But anyway, side note. But with Mike and Emma, we got so little content from them that was like we spent how much time at the zoo? Like it felt like for what they didn't move the needle whatsoever.
Just enough time to bang into our heads the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
She's gonna stay open-minded. He really wants kids. End of scene.
Those giraffes were really cute though.
They were. I love that, like, where they were was like the perfect height for the giraffe's head. So they could just like, oh, so cute.
I want to go on that date.
Are y'all tapped in to Punch? The little monkey who, I think he's in Asia, but he's this little monkey who has like a toy monkey, stuffed animal monkey. But they put him in like, he's at a zoo with other monkeys who are being really mean to him, but then he still has his stuffed animal, so he just keeps running away and like cuddling with it. Oh, Punch must be protected at all costs.
I too am chronically online. It's fine.
I'll send you some Punch content, Rachel. Jason won't care.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. It's how you truly know me.
Yes. But yeah, there was so little of them that when the card pops up that Emma and Mike's wedding, I'm like, wait, we're there? Like, we don't know anything about them. We still don't know if she for sure wants to have kids. That's the only storyline we're being fed. And
wouldn't it be hilarious if they like say no for a different reason?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
his parents were trying. I felt like they were trying to use that as their last opportunity to knock some sense to him.
His parents were like absolute no's. I mean, his mom going, "We're 100% behind you. We're 100% behind you." You did not say that to your son when you're excited and you're on board with it. Like, that is not the language.
Well, yeah,
that is the language to be like, it's okay to say no.
Whatever you choose, you choose, we're with you. Like, they were not like they said the things.
Yes.
Yeah, they said things you're supposed to say of like, we like her a lot, we love her, she would fit right in. But it's also like, whatever you decide, it's fine. If you want to run out of here, we can run out of here. So yeah, I think I honestly, reading the parents' faces, they do not want this at all. They're just like, I mean, do not do this.
His mom said, every time I call you, you're stressed. She's like, if you're miserable, I'm miserable.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I don't know. We haven't seen any of it. I worry that they've wasted, wasted's not the right word. I do think we've said this a bajillion times. They should not have ever gotten engaged if the kid thing is a massive deal breaker and they're not on the, and regardless, they're not firmly on the same page on that. And I feel like they have wasted time not discovering any other potential issues or whatever, because we only have this one thing.
My issue is they say they like each other so much. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't see it. Like, I see nothing else, because the only time we ever see them is the kids' conversation. Any other time I'm like, oh, but I love him so much though. I'm like, do you? I don't know that you actually really like this. What do you love? Yeah, exactly. He's just like, kind of there.
So seen. I'm so heard.
Yeah, it just doesn't ring. It doesn't ring true, and that could be a failing of the show, to not give us that content that would make us understand why they like each other so much, or it could just be them like in this like honeymoon phase, of their relationship where they feel so good about each other that they're just in this like this euphoria, but the only thing standing in the way is the kids thing. So I don't know which it is.
Because otherwise, if there was any other drama besides the kids thing, I think we would see it. And I think so everything else must just be good. And so they're like, oh, we don't have time to show this. We got to show all the other drama with all the other people.
I just feel like they haven't scratched the surface. Like they're still they're dating as if like they're in the real time where you would be with dating, plus the kid conversation. where they're in no business walking down an aisle, and for him to even ask at the altar, like, I need to know that you want to start a family with me. I thought he was looking for an answer.
So did I. I legit.
I think he was, and then
Yeah.
she just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She just went into how she loves him, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like,
I was very confused. I thought he was basically saying, like, pause the ceremony.
Yes.
What's the answer? And then let's continue. But then she didn't. And then I'm sorry, did I miss this? She said yes, right?
Yeah. She said a whole bunch of other stuff. And it was like, that means yes, by the way.
And his dad the whole time was like so confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also confused.
Did they write that for her? That was the most like TV cut to commercial, like her, which is why I love you. Like, it was so absurd. Like the up and down of it, where it felt like she was gonna say no all of a sudden, and then she had this like cliffhanger of like a pause. It was like pregnant pause.
Yeah, Rachel, that's
be like,
all
no,
of
I
them.
love you.
That's all of them, Rachel.
They have to get guidance to do that because it's so consistent.
Mm-hmm. They do that with every couple.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, what a sad thing to have to do, like, while you're getting married. Like, I gotta remember my line.
I gotta fake you out. Yeah, and I mean, and I feel like that should be his answer with him asking, I need to know if you want to start a family with me, and for her to say, like, we still have a lot to go through, whether that's today or 2 years from now. Like, that sounds like you're okay still being undecided about the whole kid thing. And so I think it's really interesting that she went first and he is second. So do y'all think he's gonna say no?
I think he's gonna say no, because I think he's gonna say, because the thing is, he needs her to say yes about the kids.
Yes.
Okay, which she didn't do, because I think if she was going to say, I've realized in these last 3 weeks that yes, I do emphatically want to have kids, we would have had the end of the episode before her answer. And then the following episode, she would have said that, and then they both would have said yes. The fact that she said yes without confirming the thing about the kids makes me think he's going to say, I'm sorry, no, I needed that answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because this man,
I agree,
he's not getting a divorce. Divorce does not exist for him and his family. And also, I'm not 100% sure what the technicalities loophole there would be with a potential annulment. So I don't know.
So all the ladies here are a no for Mike. What are you thinking, Jason?
I'm letting the edit influence me too much, because it felt like he was saying this whole time, like, if she says yes, I'm a yes, because that tells me she's ready to start a family. And I think he was really hopeful in that zoo conversation where she started like talking about the future as if they're going to have a kid. So I think he might be a little hopeful. I think he might think that they are on the same plane of, if she says yes, then that means she's ready for a kid or multiple kids. And I'll say yes.
But he also straight up asked her, and she did not answer him at the altar.
Yes, straight up.
20 seconds before he's going to say yes or no.
That's true.
That's crazy behavior. Like, for her to not even try to like gloss over it, like in some kind of political way where it's a non-answer. Like, she just ignored it unless it was edited out. Like,
maybe she didn't understand. Maybe she didn't understand that he was asking the question.
It was clear to all of us.
Yeah. I don't know. He's gonna say no. He'll say no. He's gonna say no.
Yeah, because
I wasn't trying to sway you. I just think it was just so absurd.
I just feel like these two, there's not enough outside of this kid conversation, which is important. Like, you should be on the same page as your partner, whether you want to have kids or you don't. But I think there's not enough to their relationship to be like, oh, yeah, we should get married today.
Yeah.
So
they need more time. They actually need more time.
Yeah, actually. Man.
I think either way, by the time they get to the reunion, Vic and Christine are going to be the only couple still together. That's my thought.
I wouldn't be too shocked if Amber and Jordan are as well.
Yeah,
I think so too.
That's why I put in second place of likelihood of staying together.
Man, if before these episodes, I would have looped Bree and Connor in that too, but
I think Connor's better off without Bree, to be honest with you. I think he dodged a bullet.
Yes, true. Now that we've learned, we have more information.
No, I think even before this drop, I was like, probably for the best.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Well, we tackled all 7 of these couples. They are really.
Sorry, just had to jump stare again. I've been having to stare at this the whole time because y'all have left it down here. We could have deleted it, but instead he's still here.
See, I closed it out on my screen and then I just ignored that square this whole time. But yes, we tackled all 7 couples. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun. I haven't felt this passionately about anything in a little while, and I'm so glad that I had a forum to discuss. So thank you for having me. Thanks for letting me crash.
Of course. Where can people keep up with you?
I'm on Instagram, Rachel A. LaMont, and that's basically it. Check out Puzzle Hungry if you haven't. It is a fun jigsaw puzzle game, competitive. Aysha's played it many a time, and pre-order.
Yeah, it's it really highlights different skill levels in puzzling.
Wait, Rachel, did Aysha not tell you that by coming on this podcast, you're required to give us all early access to Puzzle Hungry?
Look, if I could, I would, Mary. We have like 1 copy. We have 1 manufacturing sample, but they will be here soon. A couple months.
Everybody should order it.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
you
truly so fun.
You have a fly.
Yes, I do. Game. I have a fly named.
I love that.
Oh, that's awesome. So yes, thank you so much for coming on, Rachel. And yes, hopefully you enjoy the wedding episode and the reunion. Because the weddings will be episode 12, and then they'll probably drop the reunion the following week. And like they always do like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
What's the time frame between the end of the taping and then the reunion?
They were recording the reunion last weekend.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's only the second time.
Sometimes it's like a year, sometimes it's like 2 years, depending on when they recorded the season.
Yeah. But we know that they shot this March 2020.
That's a long time.
Yeah. March 2025. And then
they shot this one. So yeah,
it's
about a year.
Roughly a year later.
Wow. Okay. I expected it to be like 6 months. A year is a long time.
Mm-hmm. And there was that one season where there were some very confusing things because they used to do this thing that was like, what do they call it? Like
it's kind of like a
or something.
Oh yeah.
It was like a 2-part, sometimes like a 2-part or 3-part like reunion sort
after
of show.
After
the reunion, where it would be like you'd check in. It was more like cameras following around all these people, checking in with their lives and stuff. And like most of the time, almost everyone's broken up, but there's like a lot of drama. They'll usually like premise it around like a party for whichever couple stayed together. And like one time they did that and it was 2 years later for the first season, but they one time did it where that came out and people were still together because it was like shot first and then they did the reunion show. There was some like weird thing where they were out of order, so it was like the order that they came out was not the order they were shot and people were not still together at that point.
Weird. I'm excited.
Yeah. So Mary, where can people find you?
You can follow me everywhere at Frail Mary and check out the coverage we currently have of Extracted going on with Chappelle over here on RHAP. It's a fun time over there.
Love it. Jason, what about you?
You can find me on A Perfect Match with Aysha Welch over here to my left or right. I don't know where my directions are right now. So we're talking about Married at First Sight. As always, we are exclusively on Patreon talking about older seasons. So we're on season 10, one of the best seasons of the show. Messy, drama-filled. Rachel, we got you in Love is Blind. We're going to get you in Married at First Sight too. We're tagging you in.
It was a tough sell because I was like, Rachel's like, I'm not gonna look back at this show like after this vacation. I was like, oh yeah, it'll just be your vacation show. Look at her on a podcast.
I know, begging to be on a podcast.
Mary, for some reason, refuses to convert. That's fine. You can you stay to see our Love is Blind, Mary. That's fine.
So many seasons, so many episodes.
It
That show
truly
never
is.
ends.
I know. You can also check me out on The Good Pod, where me and Marissa Garza are rewatching The Good Wife and talking about it every week. We are also doing Elsbeth, as that is coming out new right after the Olympics. So it's back this week. Check us out there. And yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, and y'all can follow me at Aysha like Asia. That's AYSHA, like ASIA. And for the first time in a while, Jason doesn't have all my plugs because I've just been over there on Patreon lately. But I'm excited to announce that I just started another podcast. As if you don't have enough podcasts to listen to, I started a podcast with my girlfriend called Life by Us. That's Life BI Us, where we're just going to be chit-chatting about a bunch of stuff, interviewing people from the community, and just having a great time. We dropped our first episode. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And yeah, you can just go look up Life BI Us. There we go. Yes, yay. Thank y'all so much for listening to us and unpacking episodes 10 and 11. We will be back next week to talk about episode 12. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.